Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of BADCATZ Sportscast. I am the Hurricane Mike Herren, your hostess with the mostest today. We got a lot to talk about, man, from Roger Maris to Aaron Judge to Brett Favre acting up to the M.A. Iduka scandal getting worse by the day. My God. NBA Media Day, they're getting ready to go to camp. They're dominating the news, and Thursday Night Football again. Thursday Night Football again tonight, as we got a good one with Joe Burrow, Mr. Cool, playing the hottest team in football, the Miami Dolphins.
That nickname sucks.
But first, I introduce you like Catz, Employee of the Week, the man with the plan. Don't let the glasses fool you. He's an assassin underneath him. My brother from another mother, my little brother from another mother, my man Ezekiel, Employee of the Week, fellas.
Wow. Give him a round of applause.
We got a pocket spot outside.
Yeah, once I get a car.
Just a week, buddy. You got 2 days left.
And to the left of him, they'd be a great junior heavyweight tag team. My man, the Phenom, about to be the birthday boy.
Uh-oh.
Okay? A man that is going to be delivering our paper through our mail through rain, sea, or snow, or slush. He is the undefeated, undisputed, under 21 sports talk champ as far as the eyes can see. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you the one and only, the truth, Rowdy Riley Aruda.
Thank you, appreciate it.
So you're going to be 21?
20.
You're
20.
going to be 20.
Wow.
Oh, you're not? I thought you were going to be 21.
Nope.
To the left of me, everybody's antagonist. My man, Jimmy Idle, take him on. 3-on-1, 4-on-1. He does not care. Locked, steady with the New England Patriots.
No, not this week.
I'm giving it up to my brother from another mother. To the left of me, the best acquisition pickup in podcast history in Southern New England. My man, Jimmy Hilario, Jimmy the Gent.
Appreciate that.
And of course,
Whose nickname was that? Jimmy the Gent.
it was De Niro's name.
Jimmy Burke.
Yeah, Jimmy the Gent.
Burke, the gangster.
Come on,
from New
Bertie.
York.
Come on, Bertie. You know
I
I
just wanted
get
to
that
see
shit.
make sure you're on your game.
Some
I'm
early
always
trivia
on
there.
And
I got trivia.
the furthest from me, but the one closest to my heart. Okay.
Idea.
20 years on the right side of the wall. From the Badlands of the Marconi Club and Club Neptune in Columbus Park and Hillside Manor.
Yeah.
I give to you one of four of his finest. The OG they call Birdie,
Oh, boy.
a.k.a. Birdman,
Yes, sir.
in the building.
Where's the nickname Birdie come from, by the way?
That's where we go.
We've discussed that.
I have we have
Yeah.
not discussed this on here at all.
Yeah, we did. We did one time.
On the air?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't remember. I don't remember either.
I don't remember
We
it.
did.
What?
I told you
don't
a friend of mine by the name of Kyle Matthews.
Oh, boy.
Knew a bail bondsman up in Boston named something Gilberty, and it sprung from there. And it got down to Birdie, then it was Birdman, then it was who knows. But don't
it's
call
not- it's not
call
la-
me late for supper.
it's not like your last name or anything like that.
nothing to do with it.
Okay.
So tonight,
we're here.
in front of us, we have a little
toast.
special presentation before we start here tonight.
And I'm very proud of that young man. That he did
Joe
not.
Boo needs
No,
a
I
refill.
Fall
coaxed him
victim.
into it a little taste, just a taste.
Did you
I don't-
really?
Not yet. I don't know if he's
All
going
right,
to
let's
or not.
go.
He doesn't have to.
Breaking all the fucking rules.
So anyway, what
else
we're
is
doing,
new?
we're a week behind. And
Riley,
this-
your mom's watching. He said no. He said
Jimmy,
no.
raise your glass.
You said
Akio,
no.
raise your glass. The toast tonight goes out to Terry Francona, who's beloved
Yes,
by the
sir.
Red Sox,
Yeah.
for leading the Indians, a.k.a. Guardians, to a division
No, he's
title.
he's beloved by the Red Sox for winning the World Series in 2004.
Yes.
He's beloved by you and Riley to put some
Putting
serious money in your
in our
pocket.
pockets this year.
And these two guys took
So-
the Guardians minus. They were
13-1, 11-1.
11-1, 13-1. They were 4 games back, and that's why. Listen, when you watch, what's that?
Listen and win.
Listen and win with the
The
back.
BADCATZ Sports. Listen to win. The proof's in the pudding right here. So let me slug this.
Salute.
We're gonna try some rum.
Do you know what this?
Tried this
do you know what this
before.
one drink could do to me? You know what this one drink could do to me? Right?
Yeah,
It could set me on a
I got
fucking
a whole bottle there.
hell
that's still left
scorched.
over there, so. Well, you got some Pete Souza
one
in your
drink,
blood.
yeah, listen. This drink can set me on a scorched earth policy through greater forever tonight. Okay, but it won't. It will not. It's like a milkshake.
Riley, did you
Come
put
on.
a little taste? No, just a taste. No,
Nothing.
Okay.
Ezekiel-
Not bad.
Ezekiel's got it for me.
Not bad.
Ezekiel's got it for me.
You got the lime one. How's that one?
That's pretty good.
This one's pretty,
Ezekiel's
pretty
saying,
good.
hey, that shit is good.
Yeah, this
Give
is
me
pretty
another
good.
tag of that. We'll get wrecked on rum
Well, we got
chata.
this is
Fuck
that.
it.
This is
Did
the
you try
peppermint.
this one?
It's good, it's good.
No, try give him the peppermint. Did you
No,
get
there's no
peppermint?
more peppermint.
See what
We
you
got
started?
one little thing there.
See what you started? Oh, boy. We got a lot to talk about, man. Like what the fuck
I know
is...
Jimmy ain't gonna say no.
Like, what the fuck is Brett Favre doing in fucking Louisiana? What is he fucking doing? And how... Listen, I don't want anybody to go to jail, including Brett Favre. But you rip off $77 million from the welfare
Oh, you
department.
gotta go to jail for that.
You
just go to jail.
I mean,
I'm going to jail. You're going to jail, right?
Up here we will. Down here with that thing,
Well,
you know how that works, bro.
Yeah, I don't know all the details. But
From the poorest
No, I
fucking
know.
state in the country.
You know when people say it's like, oh, white privilege, this privilege, it's rich people, poor people.
Without question.
Like,
as much.
that
As much.
motherfucker he should be in jail. Like, I don't know. If I do it, I know my ass is
And it's
getting
not even
locked
like
up.
you're stealing from like an NFL team. You're stealing from welfare. Like you're stealing from
And
the
for
people
what
that are the
purpose? What
bottom.
was the purpose? Like, where did he get-
So it's there. So another thing that was
donated a
even
thing
worse
to
about
his
this,
name
right?
and his
This was
name.
even worse. They said,
Well,
they told somebody that was next to him working with this. They're like, hey, we could get in serious trouble for this. Like we
Yeah.
could get in serious. He's like, oh, we'll be fine. Like nobody's gonna find out. So he knew what he was
right,
doing
but-
wrong, and he
but-
kept
And
going.
he was asking people on his text. I got his text messages.
Yeah.
Could we really go down hard for this? It's crazy. He built
In his
volleyball,
There's a lot of irregularities, but the focus has turned into this volleyball
Yeah.
stadium on the campus of Southern Miss where he went to school. Okay. And then there was a gym that I believe that was built on his property. Am I correct about that?
Yeah.
A small,
It was just a ball. He just took a bunch of shit and just used it for mainly the volleyball, the gym, and then some other stuff that like it was only made for him, and
Just
didn't use it what it was.
0.2 cents. Hey, 0.2 cents. Every transaction, I just get 0.2 cents.
Yeah.
What movie is that?
But
That's,
he actually got a lot though. It was like a ton because it paid. I mean, a volleyball court has to be how much money? Like millions, and they got that for free. But to me, it was just I don't understand how this is not more in the news. Like I don't understand how this is just coming out now when we knew last week and ESPN just started
wanna know
talking
why?
about it now.
You wanna know why?
And they want to talk about all these other dumb stories that don't mean anything. But this guy who's
Time out,
stealing money
time
from
out,
welfare, like
time
nah.
out. Miles Garrett gets into an accident, they're breaking his balls.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys are getting to nightclubs, they're breaking their balls.
Brett Favre knows somebody
Guys
there.
smoking weed, snorting coke, they're breaking their balls.
I don't want to say it, but Russell Wilson plays bad, and it's all over everything. But
Oh, did you see
Brett
that?
Favre? Yes,
Did you see that PSA with the sandwiches?
That
dude?
was also 9 months
That
ago.
guy's weird.
Again, this is
He's
also
weird.
this is my point. That was 9 months ago, and this is just coming out now that he made that Subway commercial. And this is bigger than what Brett Favre is doing. And I'm not just saying this because he's my quarterback, but how is somebody playing worse, bigger than Brett Favre stealing money from the poorest people in America?
You're
This
right.
is just a stupid scenario that it is, and it should be way bigger than it is, and then it's not. And I don't understand.
But here's the deal, right?
Yeah, but he's skated on
Hold
a
on.
couple scandals.
This is how Big Boy Radio works. You guys come in, you see me on the chair, I'm banging out the notes. They have production meetings and set meetings every day, okay? So their executive producer or their producer should go like that for me. So where we at with this?
Yeah.
I mean, where are we at? It was like the fifth or sixth thing down from Kornheiser and Wilbon. who I
Should be the
can't
first
stand.
one up.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
right.
it's going to be.
No, but it
I
should have
know,
been.
no, they're saying it doesn't have a lot of legs.
But how is it? This is my point. Like, how is it not the first thing you talk about? Like, all right,
Because this is
Hall
what
of
they
Fame
say,
quarterback.
right?
He's not
Because
playing.
people have gone to
It's got
jail.
something to
People
do
have
with
gone
it.
to jail for it already. An ex-governor has been charged already. I don't know where they said it was very confusing to know if he was on the top of the scheme or not. I don't know, which is irrelevant, right? But at least in Oprah's couch
Something.
apology, Some type of
Him
shit.
staying quiet to
He's
me.
not that kind of guy.
But him staying quiet to me,
better
even
be.
a tweet could be something. But him staying quiet to me shows that he's some kind of
so it's
guilty.
gonna-
Because if you're not guilty, you come out right away like,
No,
hey,
it's
look,
gonna come
this
out.
isn't for me. I'm
He
going to get a
hasn't made a
lawyer
statement yet.
and
He's
blah, 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 blah,
he's
blah,
going
blah.
down.
Yeah, he
He's
hasn't
going to
made
go
a
down.
statement
Yeah.
yet, but obviously
sure,
Brett
for sure,
Favre's
for
not
sure, for
doing
sure.
this alone to start this. He's had help from some like you said, the ex-governor and everybody else. that's involved.
But here's it doesn't make a difference though, Bernie, because if he knew that they were diverting
No, I
funds,
agree. Yeah,
Isn't
no, I agree.
anybody that's ever
He's
like,
out
outside
fault.
of Bears fans and maybe Viking, not even Viking fans?
I mean,
Brett Favre was a lovable player. Everybody liked Brett Favre. He
Okay.
plays hard. He slings it
Sure,
right.
sure,
you know what
sure,
I mean? Like,
absolutely,
He
yeah.
was on something about Mary. Everybody liked
He was
him.
bigger than the game.
Everybody
he was
liked him.
He was a country boy.
He's a tough guy.
Exactly.
He's a tough,
All right,
tough dude.
he was the Wrangler man.
His sound
Yeah, he
bit-
was that
yeah,
commercial.
his
He was the
sound
face
bite.
of the NFL for a decent amount of time, and this is my point. Like, sure, he doesn't play right now, but everybody knows who Brett Favre is if you've been alive for. Even I do, and I barely saw him play. I saw him play for like 7-8 years, but I knew who he was, and he was big when I was a kid. Never mind when older people are like 30 years old. It's just I don't understand how it's not bigger than what it is.
And the reason why it should be, because he's not shaking down Silicon Valley, like you said. He's not shaking down Wall Street. He's not shaking down the Big Four or Big
Yeah,
Pharma.
he's not Robin Hood.
or real estate
Yeah,
things.
he's
I mean,
he's Nottingham.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, you're right. He is Nottingham. He is shaking down the poorest people in the poorest state.
Yeah, that's what's gonna-
in
that's
the
what's gonna
country.
sink.
And that's what bothers me.
And this is what this person said right here. The Brett Favre story is way worse than the NBA Celtics coach story.
Oh,
and
hell yeah.
to a certain extent, if this is consensual and they both wanted each other, this is way worse. And the Celtics story is way bigger than the Brett Favre story. And that's
The
just,
Michael
I don't
Vick,
understand.
the Michael Vick one was a big one. Come
What,
on,
the dogs?
He said Michael Vick and any other NFL player would be like I don't know. Michael
No,
Vick,
this
that
is-
was a big one.
this is-
People love their dogs.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
understand, Michael Vick had the biggest sentence in animal
He was also
cruelty
playing.
history.
He was also playing at the top of his game.
Yeah.
This guy's retired.
Animal-
you know what I
animal
mean?
cruelty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's a little
See,
different.
this story.
You want to talk about a cultural thing now? You go down south, and people will look at you like you're crazy if Michael Vick did 5 years in jail or whatever. Like that. You want to? I can't think of too many things as cultural.
The switch
that.
thing with Adrian Peterson, I guess, but I still
No,
can't.
that
I
wasn't
can't.
that
I
big.
can't get behind
That
that.
was- that
no,
was-
no. He's saying a cultural thing.
A cultural
Oh,
thing.
okay, yeah.
Because Charles Barkley was like, "Well, that shit happened to me," and all that stuff.
My
Like,
father
oh,
used to
fuck.
get hit with a switch.
Yeah, I mean-
That's not uncommon. That's not uncommon down south. Like you gotta.
I could just never imagine using a
your
weapon
You
against
gotta
a
put
kid.
yourself in that context. I had the pleasure of going down to school in North Carolina for 3 years.
Smack the kid around.
And it taught me a lot. Trust me. Let me tell you something right now. I'd rather get hit by a fucking twitch this big than my father smacking the shit out of me or my mother smacking the shit out of me.
Oh, I don't know, that
My
shit
mother-
hurts.
Believe me. Oh, yeah. Believe me. It's the animal fighting. I'm not apologizing for any of it. But if you go down to South Carolina or North Carolina and Chesapeake Bay, where Michael Vick's from, I'm telling you, the white boys and the black boys.
See that's what I don't get.
I gotta laugh at you.
because he's retired. Like, man, who said that?
Yeah, no.
Who said that?
So
I just said he should and very well.
The worst
and will
part
go to
about
jail.
No, I
this
think his
is,
point is that he's not talking. They're not talking about it because he's retired. And
I think that definitely
that's what-
plays a-
It does play a
plays-
point, but it shouldn't be like
how
that.
old is this?
This is like two and a half, 3. I've known about this
Like
for like
3
2.5
weeks.
weeks.
Yeah, like
it was
around 3
small
weeks.
and it was just a rumor for like 3 weeks, and everybody was
But if
making
people
fun of
have
him.
gone to jail over it already, it had to have been longer than 2 or 3 weeks.
Let's see.
No, but since it's been like out in the
big.
public outcry.
Well,
Yeah.
the biggest concern.
And again, like, what about Deflategate? That led to major. That was NBC.
Exactly.
nightly
Another
news.
one. Like
that was
it's just the
baffling.
deflating balls.
Baffling.
What's bigger? Deflating balls in a game that maybe didn't happen. We can argue that all day. But just deflating balls in a game or somebody stealing
That
money
was
from the
over a
poorest
year.
people.
That was over a year.
Now, Louisiana works a little differently. It's a good old boy down there. You know, and there's good to that and there's bad to that.
Was it
Okay?
Louisiana or was
So-
it Mississippi? I'm not sure. Was it Southern Miss or was it Louisiana?
Where's he living? Is he living in Mississippi?
I thought he played at Southern Miss. I'm not sure. if
Okay,
it's-
So
well,
look at
same-
this.
Same thing.
This
Yeah.
is nuts. It
Yeah,
says
Southern
Brett
Miss.
Favre's foundation aimed at
Southern
helping
Miss.
children and cancer patients gave funds to USM athletics. So he was telling people he was giving,
Or maybe
they were
it's
getting funds
Louisiana.
for children and cancer patients, and he was giving it for athletics. Like, how are you going to sit here and lie about
I think-
helping
I
people
know, I
with
think
that?
he had very-
That's
it just
ridiculous.
gets worse.
Separate.
It just
That's
gets
separate.
worse.
He was giving money. That's
No,
separate.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but he's
separate.
but he's
No,
telling
no,
them
no,
he's
no,
telling
no,
them
no.
like, hey, donate, and I'm going to give it
Guys,
to kids. In
I watch it.
need.
No. They already had the money. They had a shitload of money that was supposed to be for kids with cancer and people with the heart
So they were
problems or whatever it was.
funneling money from that.
But he didn't.
That charity, he was
he's in
funneling
big
money
trouble.
to
Yeah,
Southern
see.
Miss.
Oh, man.
Funneling money. But he didn't raise that money to give it to Southern Miss. I believe they had it. They had a massively successful foundation in his name already, like the Herren Project,
Yes.
like a lot of people have.
But if he's funneling
he was
money
diverting
from
funds
that,
knowingly.
that's a
Yeah.
serious problem. He's in a lot of hot water with that. Then if he was,
But let me ask you a question, though, right? In Mississippi, Louisiana, wherever it may be, all right, in the old South, Brett Favre might not get charged.
Yeah,
That's the reality of
that's
it.
a joke.
That's the
the
reality.
state laws are funny.
That's-
You're right.
that's-
It's the good old boy system
You know
still
what I mean?
down
Now,
there.
if the feds get into it,
then it's a different story.
then it's an entirely different story, and I would assume that they will.
See, that's kind of reminds me a little bit.
I would.
You remember a couple of years ago when they had the Harvard thing when the low end paying for the
Yeah.
they were getting shaken
Scholarships,
down,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then the feds got involved in that, and that's what ended
Sure,
up.
because it was a bias, because it was happening at Harvard, it was happening at Stanford, it was
Yeah.
happening at UCLA.
But you're right. Once
it
the
was
feds
happening-
get involved, it's a whole different ballgame.
if they
You're
do
right.
get involved, if there are
They should.
multi-state transgressions,
Overstate
if people's
lines,
civil liberties,
They should.
yeah. I mean, you would think that they would. You know what I mean?
If this story gets bigger, and it should.
'Cause
get
I know one
bigger,
thing- I know one
then
thing.
the public outcry will be enough to get him into jail time.
I know one thing.
It's getting there already.
Hey, you rob a case of beer and that thing of rum chowder? Oh, okay, you're getting charged with a felony in Mississippi, brother.
Yeah, that's the movie.
All right, let's keep
my
it real.
Cousin Vinny,
now,
right?
now 70 some odd million.
Yeah.
But we gotta pass it up. But Riley, it's your birthday coming up, man. You got any plans?
Honestly, they were like, all right, you're starting next week, October 3rd until the end of the week. And I was like, oh, okay. So I got to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning on my birthday and drive to
Welcome
Providence.
to the real world, kid.
And drive to Providence. I was like, okay, sounds fun. So probably not
You'd be
much.
flying out to
Now, how was your driving
wish.
test?
That was today. So I actually drove a Mercedes van that was right-hand drive 2022. It was pretty legit. Thing's nice. It's got a bunch of different bells and whistles, and it's kind of hard to drive. I actually like the old trucks. You see the ones that look like they're gonna break down. I like that better than the Mercedes because it
Tell 'em
turns
that.
better. And she did. She was like, "Oh, which one?" If they ask you which one do you want, and I was like, honestly, I like the backup camera, the Mercedes, but I like the old truck better because it just turns so much better. And she was like, all right, whatever you like. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, honestly, you're amazing at driving. Like, I never met somebody this young and was like this ready to go. And I was like, all right, thank you.
She's gonna find out you're amazing at a whole lot of other stuff. Too.
accomplish something in your lifetime that I've never accomplished. I don't know if he's ever.
Yeah, have you guys ever driven on the right side?
Driven a Mercedes?
No.
No,
Oh,
driving
Mercedes?
a Mercedes. I never have.
How about on the right side? Have you guys driven?
I never stole a
I worked
Mercedes
at
either.
American Auto Auction, so I drove them all.
The right side is weird though
Yeah.
because like it's just, I don't know. It's just like I thought I was so close to the curb on the right, and I was so far away. Every time I looked in the mirror, I was like, all right, I guess I'm gonna like touch this thing, and it looks like I was touching it, but I wasn't even close, and it's just like completely different. And I got back into my car when I was driving home. I'm like,
Feels weird?
Wow, this
Yeah.
is nuts. I'm like, I'm gonna be doing this every day, jumping back and forth. I'm like, Jesus, this is nuts. But it's an experience.
Now, do you know the Postman's Creed? Did they make you memorize that? There's a saying that goes with the post office, right?
I did not. No,
Really?
they made me swear in and say like a bunch of things. And
No, what's the
do that.
Postman's Creed? Can
I
you
don't know.
that
I'll look it up.
Ezekiel,
but
please?
I'll look it up.
So they
did not make-
you actually had to take an oath? Really?
Yeah, I had to swear. They're like, I solemnly swear
Who's
as
the
a
most
part of
famous
the
postman?
government, blah, blah,
Kevin
blah.
Costner.
Yeah, over Newman or the dude from Cheers.
Yeah, it's a
Right?
federal job.
Noam from Cheers. Not Noam. No, Noam was the fat guy, right? What was the other guy's name?
Cliff.
Cliff. Yeah.
Shit.
What is
Newman,
the Postman's
Cliff.
Creed?
Who else? Oh.
It's
what's his name?
It's a pretty powerful thing.
Son of Sam. Right? He was a postman, wasn't he?
All right, so this is a
I
real.
don't know about
Neither
that.
snow nor rain, nor heat, nor gloom of
think he
night
was.
stays. These quarries from swift
Oh my
completion
God. Get
of the
over
appointed
yourself,
rounds.
postman.
So I guess that's the Postman's Creed right there.
That's one more time, Riley. Read it strong.
Yeah, do they have a fight song? Do they have a fight song?
Now,
Neither.
listen. When the world was at stake, Kevin Costner saved that as a postman, not as Superman or Batman.
What movie was that?
The
Postman.
The Postman.
It's called The Postman.
You watch it. Get right. One more time.
Oh my God! Neither snow nor rain, nor heat, nor
say it
gloom
like you mean it,
of
Riley.
night
Come on.
stays these
What is
quarries
it?
from the swift completion of their appointed rounds. So I must do
You're
my
supposed
job.
to salute while you
Must
do
do
it.
my job.
Right there. We'll
anything.
salute that man.
So sounds good.
Salute that man. Soccer rally, what's going on? What are you Jimmy arguing about?
Nothing. England just played bad and they got knocked down, I guess, from their group. I don't really understand. I don't know. It's just weird. They didn't do good. They lost their group spot and now they're in a worse group in the Nations League. But the real competition is
Let me ask you a
60
question.
months. 60 days, sorry.
In the World Cup and
Yes.
in the Euro.
Yes.
Okay. What was the best team they beat?
I would say in the World Cup, if I can remember.
And they got Denmark. They screwed over Denmark with that
No,
penalty
I
kick.
know.
There was a lot of
I was
penalty kicks.
pissed about that game. Trust me. In
Why
the
you
Euros.
against the Brits?
I fucking hate England. Are you fucking
Really?
serious?
Let me check who they played.
But why? Why though?
Fuck them.
But why though?
Because fuck them.
I like them just because a lot of Chelsea players play on there.
I mean,
and I don't really like
fuck
them. I just
fuck Russia.
don't mind.
Who you root for? England or Russia?
I don't really care.
Really?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, no.
So that's a pass. The
Yeah.
Queen versus Putin, and you stay in a
Well, like they're not going to do that anyway. I don't know. Like
I
Russia.
guess-
All right, so Russia Russia has no shot at winning anything. So I'm going, all right, Russia over England.
You watch the Premier League. You know what I mean?
I rooted for Drago.
England's our number one ally.
So what
I
happened?
can see go for the Portuguese teams first, and maybe your favorite players team, but why they hate for England?
They always think
Their fans
we
are
invented
obnoxious.
the game.
Just
we
say it.
invented
Just
the
say it.
game. We're the best. Blah,
Their
blah,
fans
blah.
are obnoxious
Yeah.
too. Their fans are
Plus,
a bit
I've been
obnoxious.
My buddy from college was from Scotland. I've been out to Scotland. They hate the
Okay.
Brits. There is a little tie
Yeah.
into that there.
I hear you. The
You know,
Irish-
I like
the Irish hate the Brits.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, no,
I just
hear
don't
you.
like them.
So what happened to the U.S. soccer team? I read something.
So they're
I
just
honestly
playing.
don't know anything
So they're
about
playing.
USA
They're
soccer.
playing
I'm the wrong
really.
guy to talk
They're playing
bad,
really
I
bad
guess,
right now.
yeah.
Yeah, they're playing really bad. They tied 0-0 with Jamaica. It's not just the tie.
Saudi Arabia.
It's
Oh,
the players.
Japan. Morita.
Yeah, Japan
player
beat
of the
them
game.
2-0,
He plays for Sparta.
and it's just
all right.
and it's just not looking good. The players are very sloppy, and I do think this coach is not the one for the job. But I don't care what anybody says. You cannot fire him now. There's 60 days until the World
You
Cup.
totally can.
No, you cannot.
Yes, you
60 days until the World Cup. This was the last friendlies. There's no more friendlies, I believe,
all right,
until
let me
the
ask you
World
a
Cup.
question. Let me ask you
you
a
can't
question.
fire him. I'm
Let me ask you
sorry.
a question.
As bad as he
The
is.
St. Louis Blues fired their coach mid-season and won the Stanley Cup.
Mid-season,
So why? You're in the middle of a season.
Mid-season
Yeah.
is different from 60 days from the World Cup, and there's no.
How?
Okay,
How
let me
is it any
explain. Let me
different?
explain. Because there's 60 days until the World Cup, right? But there's not practices every day. The next practice is going to be 2 weeks before the World Cup starts, or 10 days before the World Cup starts. So firing this guy means you have no time with the players together until mid-November when the thing starts in
You
November
hire from
25th.
within, though. You hire from within.
Yes, but how are you going to get the team together and get them to learn this whole new system when there's only 10
No
days before the
systems.
World Cup?
It's mostly the same system.
If
If you hire from within,
sure,
Who's
but
the
what is
coach?
that?
Is it the old coach that came
No,
back?
Fernando
Berhalter. It's Berhalter. He's
Oh, I
a
thought you
different,
were talking about Portugal.
different guy.
No, I'm talking about the United States coach.
Yeah, Berhalter is his name, something like that. I can't
Greg
really explain
Berhalter.
it. Yeah, Berhalter. I'll show
It's
you. a
Greg.
picture
It's
of him.
Greg.
Yeah, but his last name I'm saying. I don't know. how to-
Berhalter. BEHR.
No, I want Tyler Twellman to be the coach of USA Soccer.
I don't mind him.
I like him.
Can't stand
I like his hit the balls. And he takes it wicked passionately too. I love it.
This guy right here.
Hey, hold on. Time out. You think the world's coming to an end when you read something about Brett Favre like that, right? The Air Force Academy is officially on
Yeah, I
probation.
saw that. I didn't read the article,
football.
but I saw that.
What are they doing?
Yeah, what is going on with the military academies that go to the
They're
this
like,
army-
fuck it. Fuck it. I mean, everybody else is cheating.
Yeah, I
We got to
guess.
compete.
Well, we had.
What are they doing?
I don't know.
paying
They got put on probation.
I saw it today. Can we look
It's
at
got to
the
be a
research?
recruit. It's got to be a recruiting
Air Force is.
violation.
They don't even get to recruit. People go there, right?
Yeah, but somehow
Don't
they might have enticed.
Well, they recruit.
They might have enticed.
Yeah,
the
I
five-star
know they
athletes
do, but
to,
like, what's gonna? Yeah.
No, I know. A couple of years ago, Army was very good.
What's
About
going
2-3
on, Raleigh?
years
What do we got
ago.
going on? 2 years.
Recruiting violations during COVID-19 periods. So I guess when COVID was going on, there was a period where you could not
my
recruit, and they were recruiting during that period.
I
So
fucking hate the NCAA, dude.
So they're
honestly.
getting
Is there
a
a bigger piece?
2-year probation.
I don't know. Actually, FIFA versus the NCAA, man. I'll
nah,
tell you.
FIFA's way worse.
I'll
I
tell
don't
you.
know. Hey, Jerry Talk is saying,
Fucking hell.
he goes, Mike, Jerry Talk Kanan, Mike, nice to see you, Mike. So what's up, coach? Not much. Read the paper. What do you mean? He goes, Mike. He goes, you know the NC2A? That's how we used to call the NC Talk. Used to say NC2A is so gosh darn mad at Kentucky. They just gave West Kentucky the fucking death penalty.
I don't know.
And by the way,
They suck.
the only person ever to sue the NCAA and win.
He was,
You know that, right?
Well,
my man timed this out.
He was the first.
Not anymore.
to-
Yeah, the O'Bannon brothers.
the O'Bannons
The O'Bannon
with the
brothers.
NIL.
Yeah,
My
the
brother's
college,
on that lawsuit.
the college
that was later
basketball
on.
game.
Yeah.
The college basketball video
Yeah,
game because
sport.
they use their likeness.
Yeah, but they sued
Those fucking guys are the reason why we have no NCAA football or NCAA basketball games, which are the best sports games
I
around.
thought- that's
But
what
they're
they
coming
were
back.
coming out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. They're coming back. But from 14 to, what is it,
My
22?
brother's on that suit.
14 to 21, they weren't there.
She's good.
Yeah, my brother's on that suit.
He is?
There's
Yeah,
probably a
he
lot of
got
names.
like
For using his likeness or?
5 or 6 grand.
Yeah, they used
something.
everybody's
9
likeness with
grand,
the
something
number,
that.
like-
So,
I mean-
so what happened was what they used to do was there used to be a cover athlete and they wouldn't
Yeah,
get paid. But
yeah.
inside the game, like say Texas A&M, when I was growing up, they were good because they had Johnny Manziel. But the guy would say number 2.
When I was growing up,
Yeah.
they had Johnny Manziel.
It'd be number 2. It'd be number 2 quarterback, and that's Johnny Manziel's number, and it'd be like his exact height and
Yeah.
a
So-
fast
so-
quarterback who could throw it deep. And it's like, okay, we know who this
Riley,
is.
in my day, instead of like it would be Ken Griffey Jr.'s baseball, and Ken Griffey Jr. was the only player they had in it.
And then
but
everybody
they
else-
had
yeah.
Mike Schwaguaya, Jose Flanseco.
Exactly.
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
It's kind of the same thing. We all know what you're doing, but let's just not talk about it because we're having
How
fun.
about this? Just pay the license in.
Yeah, you
got enough
should.
money?
That's
Come
what
on.
I think that's what we're doing now. But
But so Air Force gets banged out. Fob's ripping off poor people, right? Florida's underwater again.
We're doomed.
Okay. The Red Sox, my friends, are in flux, right?
Well,
Costa's starting to play.
Who?
Costa's starting to hit the ball now, finally.
yeah,
Yeah.
the prospect there, the kid they brought. He's a big kid. You see the size of him?
I know,
Yellow,
yeah.
so, but listen, they're in
Yes,
flux.
by yellow.
They're in flux now. And
Oh, he's pitching. Yeah, that
gotta
kid's
if you
great.
listen to Boone from the Yankees, said, listen, the Orioles are being built the right way.
They
So
are.
They're not going
Oh,
either.
they
'cause
got a nice base
This
there.
division is going to be brutal.
And the Orioles spent money not that long ago.
Yeah.
They spent a lot of money.
They
Who's
got-
that guy that's still paying there? That guy who didn't hit a home run for an entire year.
my God, I know you're talking
But they
about.
like the Orioles
Mike
are a
Davis
team.
or something like that?
The Orioles aren't the Devil Rays. They will pay. They will pay to keep their guys.
Well, we'll see because they haven't
it
spent
was
money in a long
Chris Davis.
time.
Chris
We'll
Davis,
see in
yeah,
the
Chris
off season. We'll see how that.
He was a monster for one season, and then he struck out like every single game for like almost 300 games or something like that.
You know, is that going to cut it?
What, the Orioles? You got to wait to see what happens in the offseason. With the Red Sox, obviously, you got Bogarts, what they're going to do with him. Davis, obviously. I don't know if he's coming up this year.
Typically, when the Red Sox really suck, they go out and spend money
Sure.
afterwards. So
Yeah.
they better re-sign Davis.
We went
That's all
over
I
the
care about.
payroll a couple of weeks ago when the Red Sox were in the top 6.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
dead
I
money
don't
coming
care
off.
about that though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's dead money coming off the books.
So Davis has to be re-signed.
Has to
Otherwise,
be.
you can
Has
let him go.
to be, or I'm done.
Cora has to come
I'm
back.
in the same exact boat, Jimmy.
Otherwise,
I'm right on the side of you
That's it.
paddling.
I'm
I'm
out.
paddling right there on the side. You get the left side, I get the right side, all right?
I
Sound
am
good?
out. I just can't.
No.
What do you mean out? Out means what?
Done.
Until they sell a team, I am not watching Red Sox baseball. I'm not. I didn't watch much baseball last year.
Well, I mean, if the Red Sox were in contention, you might have paid a little bit more attention to it this year.
no, they were in
obviously.
contention last year. Honestly,
he's
Talking about
sick.
this year.
honestly, the only reason why I watched last year, I came back, is because I started doing the show more regularly, and we have to talk about it, and I got to be able to. You know what I
last
mean?
year was an unbelievable ride, but they caught lightning in the bottle last year, and they made horrific
But to
moves
go
in
from the
off-season.
championship series
Yes,
and then
because you
not
made
even make this-
horrific-
yeah,
you
it's
made
terrible.
horrific off-season moves. They were hard.
I don't even care about
So
that.
who's
It's just
making them moves?
the money wise.
Shane Bloom is
Henry's got his pockets in everything. Henry
is Shane
hits
Bloom a
the
puppet?
Penguins,
What you're saying?
Liverpool.
Yeah, what you're saying is Shane Bloom a puppet that Henry and the
Yeah, he's a
ownership pull the
scapegoat.
strings
He's
on?
a
I don't
scapegoat.
Yeah,
know
but
that.
was Theo?
No, I don't believe he was. No,
They just sucked as much money as they can out of it.
Theo,
They should get investigated like Brett Favre does for stealing
I
money.
think Theo kind of saw the writing on the wall and kind of wanted out.
see. Here's why I think
Because
Theo
he
called
forced
his own
that power
shots.
struggle with him and Lucchino. And Theo hated him.
But you don't think
Who I met Lucchino.
that
He was a hot shit.
you don't think that the pressure cooker got to Theo? I mean, the motherfucker was walking around in a gorilla.
Oh no, absolutely. Look, they got rid of Frank.
But he went to Chicago right to the next closest,
Sure.
and then
Well,
he
he
held the
waited
winner
a year,
there.
though.
Yeah,
waited a
because
year, right?
because his reputation,
Yeah, waited a
though.
year
Of
or
course,
two.
he was going to get another job.
He flamed out there too, though.
See, but Theo's moves were subtle.
Well, he flamed out there too, but let me tell you something. He turned down two of the most historic.
Oh, my
he turned
God,
down.
yeah.
I mean, what that guy brings to the table. I mean, let's.
If
not-
I'm the Cleveland Indians,
if
'cause
there's
I think
a
they're
mad-
the biggest
if
dra-
there's
the
a
biggest
mad
one,
fucking
right?
genius. If you want to turn around, if you're the Toronto Maple Leafs, call my man.
I think the Indians are now the longest one. I'd be calling him. If I was the Indians, I'd be like,
you
hey,
gotta,
come on.
who's got the biggest winning drought? I don't care if it's fucking cricket, rugby, football, hockey, what it is. You want to win. And
Yeah,
you're,
he's a- I
you're
believe-
facing, and you're facing, years of history of you not winning.
Cleveland Indians, I
How
think.
am I man Theo?
I think it's the Indians are the next closest
might
one.
be. I mean, they've been
1944
close, yeah.
or 45, whatever.
I
it
mean,
was.
Theo's either right now a consultant or he's available right now. Because
No, he works for MLB. He works for
so
the.
he's available then. Like
He
Buck-
works for the league.
Yes, he does like growing the game, like kind of thing,
Sure.
like getting away from not getting away from the nerds, but like
guys
yeah.
get burnt out. They have to take a break, I guess. It's
I would,
it's
yeah,
a burnt out.
yeah.
They move around. A
The
little
guys do it for years
Lot
and
of
years
games.
and
Well,
years.
Billy
and
Bean-
Especially baseball, that's a lot of tape you got to
Billy
watch. man.
Bean's still there in Oakland, but he's been there forever, and he was the model for the Moneyball, obviously. So I mean, but they finally paid him.
It wasn't even really him though. It was Dee Podesta's the one who kind of did it.
The owner?
He
forced
took the
his
chance.
hand.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
he took
forced
the
his
chance.
hand.
Yeah, he took the chance on the kid, but
And the rest is history. What a huge impact that he's had on the sport in,
See,
in a relatively short
is there
amount of
anything
time.
bigger than our lifetime football? Actually, on the Sunday.
But see, there's two moves. But there's two moves in Red Sox history that are going to go down that are unbelievable that happened for the Red Sox to win that World Series. One was Billy Bean was offered the job before Theo. I didn't realize this.
Oh, yeah.
He'd be
Yes,
the
he
highest
was.
paid general manager.
He said he took it. He said he took it.
and then
he
his daughter
changed his mind the next
And
day.
what was the other move?
Bill James,
No. What was the other huge?
Kurt Schilling.
No.
So
Theo Epstein
trade
went
that got
to-
rejected.
Theo Epstein.
A-Rod was going to come to the Red
Oh,
Sox for
thank
Manny
God.
Ramirez.
Thank
The trade was
God.
made, and then George.
Yeah, but
not Steinbrenner.
Did you see who
Guy
was involved?
Cashman.
Do you see who was involved in that trade? That's a good trivia question.
just saying.
It was John. Yeah, but we were getting Maglio Ordonez.
Somebody from Texas at the time, because A-Rod was with Texas. There was a three-way deal.
Soriano.
Yeah. Soriano was going to Texas.
We were
yeah.
giving up John Lester,
I don't know.
which that would have had an impact years down the road, not in the 0-4 team, but like we still could have won. Maglio Ordonez was a monster.
No, he was a great player
Yeah.
at the time, but I mean,
still could have
you're
won
100% right. Everybody in Boston wanted A-Rod. They wanted to make that trade and get
Nomar
Manny out of here.
was in that too, I think.
I don't know.
Never been a fan.
Well, thank God
Never been a
it
fan.
didn't happen because we might still be waiting for that World Championship if they'd have made it. Sitting here right now.
Celtics media day recently. Media day is going on everywhere in the NBA. They're dominating the news today on ESPN. LeBron, Lakers win total 33.5. Vegas now.
My God.
Listen, I tell you,
33.5.
I'm jumping all over that.
so am I. Hey, Vic, check it out right now.
What,
Vic-
do you think Vic?
3.5.
Do you
With a
think-
healthy
but-
Anthony Davis.
Hey, listen.
They don't get these that wrong, especially that low.
That don't make no
Steve
sense.
Nash doesn't care if Ben Simmons shoots a jumper all year. Okay.
Is he going to play?
The Clippers are more committed than ever.
Yeah, it looked like that might be a bet.
And Coach Udoka can't keep his cock in his pants for a fucking thing. As the allegations spread.
I haven't heard too many updates on that.
Matt Bonds? You see Matt Bonds?
Well, yeah, but he never said what it was. He just said it was 1,000 times worse than what he thought.
It might have
right?
been somebody's wife. That's
Yeah.
why, probably.
Because at first he was doing the same thing we did, where he was saying, like, "Oh, I don't think it's that big of a deal."
I was doing the same
Which
thing.
again, I can sit here and say this because no one, I don't know who Ime Udoka is. I don't know anybody in the league, so no one's gonna come back and be like, "Yo, you're ruining our reputation." But I think he just did that to save his ass, because if it did come out and it did, and everybody else was saying, "Oh, you can't say that, you can't say that," so I think he just said that to be like, "Okay, I'm gonna agree with you guys just so I don't look like a terrible person, and I'm just gonna say that I was wrong, so people actually like me." But for some reason, I'm looking at the win totals, and every team is on here except the Lakers, and I looked like 3 times. I cannot find the Lakers.
They might have had a rush to bet them,
It's on,
and they might have taken them off.
No, it was on PTI. They might have had that.
Yeah, what I'm saying is
Check
that, like, they
something
might
else.
have
Check your
taken
phone.
it off.
NBA win
I'm
totals.
gonna check another one.
3.5. I might leave right now to go bet
Don't
it.
go on the sportsbook. Just Google over under LA wins 2022.
No, I'm not, LA Lakers. I'm telling you, I saw it.
No, but I'm saying sportsbook might have pulled it off because
Okay.
they had a rush to people go betting it.
Clippers, Lakers 45.
45.5.
I still take.
More sense.
Well, that's hold on. That's not this year's.
Yeah, it's just
23.
23.
So how can I fuck that up that bad?
You maybe misread it.
What did I
Maybe
say?
you've seen
Maybe
another
it's
team.
43.
Yeah, maybe 43. That sounds about more.
Might-
Either way, I'm not gonna lie. I still like that. I think they were just
How many did they have last year?
They were at like 33.
That's injuries last.
Injury riddled, and I think as bad as it sounds, Westbrook fixed it. Like, seems like he fixed his jump shot. He shoots completely different now, and if it works, they could be a decent team.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
Ooh, Ezekiel's fucking sports. Get
He's a
that mic,
basketball
kid. Get
guy.
that
I
mic,
talk about
let's
You're
go.
a basketball guy, right? Yeah, he's a basketball
Bill
guy.
Belichick,
Uh-oh.
Oh, here we
Here we
go.
go.
13 times in a press conference to say, and by the
I
way,
love it.
by the way,
Day-to-day.
hold on,
I
by the
love
way,
it.
by the way. Did you see his fucking thing he wore to the press conference? too?
I love it.
He looked homeless, bro.
Atrocious.
I love it.
Atrocious.
Who gives a shit?
You're not tired of it?
No.
Oh, Jimmy, I am, man.
What do you care what he wears? Who cares?
I don't care. I mean, but like
That's the least of should be the least of anybody's concerns. What he wears.
No.
That's how big he
Yeah,
is.
but the
Like,
thing is,
gotta-
he's not going to change. He's been doing it this way
yeah.
for years. So
Fuck you. If anything, it's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
Okay. So he doesn't owe the hardworking media of New England
Fuck them.
and expectation. Why don't you? Because the media's giving it to us.
All the media has done is bash him and look for
No,
stories
come
and
on,
talk
he
about
gets
nepotism
passes.
around
Get
him.
out of here. But first of all,
His passes are over. Have been
No,
over since
they-
Brady left.
No,
They've
listen,
been
they-
over.
They haven't bashed him in the past. They might stop bashing him.
Well, they have.
now.
They've been bashing him for
me and
3
you
years.
got in the car and they were crucifying.
Oh,
him.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
they've been
I
killing
couldn't
him.
even-
They've
I
been killing him
couldn't
for a
even-
while.
I
Trust
wouldn't
me. I
say-
listen.
It
I
was
listen.
98.5.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah,
Maserati or whoever else.
of course
was
it
on
is.
there.
Yeah, those guys have had an axe to grind for a while. A lot of these people have.
All right, so 13 times he tells reporters
We're on to Cincinnati.
high ankle injury. Blah, blah, blah.
Day to
Nothing
day,
more to report
day
day
to
to
day.
day.
I kind of like it. He's like, I'm not a
I
doctor.
fucking love it,
I'm
dude.
not a
I
doctor.
love
Go
it.
talk to the medical
But he
center.
has all the information. So,
Yeah.
so why even have him up there?
Well,
Exactly.
it's-
That's what he wants.
But this is another thing. Marshall Lynch had the same thing. He hates talking to the
Yes.
press, and Marshall Lynch got fined because you have to do it. And I think that's bullshit. If a player doesn't like to do it, or a coach doesn't like to do it, like Josh McDaniels, he pussied out, and he's not talking to the Broncos media this week because he's a bitch, and he doesn't want to get asked the true questions about when he was a Broncos coach and why he fucked up so bad. So he bitched out. But I like Belichick by going up there and be like, you know what? I'm going to give you smart answers and just sit here and be like,
do
you know what?
the thing about the
Fuck you
Broncos? Do you
guys.
know the thing about the Broncos offensive line for years? Their tradition.
What?
They don't like so. If you watch them lining up on every primetime game, you know how they go like Shannon Sharp, University, or blah blah blah, tight end, blah. The Broncos offensive line. They do not. They would have like a mouth thing over their face. They do not speak to the media. They don't speak to anything like that. The Broncos have been doing that for years.
So what does that have to change with Josh McDaniels, who's the coach?
Just saying,
of the
they like
team?
they don't like fucking media. Some people
No,
don't
but my
like
point
the
is
media.
that he bitched out by not talking to his
Oh,
old
that-
teams.
that I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. He bitched out by not talking to the Broncos media for the old teams thing. At least Bill Belichick is not bitching out, and he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit here and stick it to you guys.
He
right in
mocks
front
it
of your
like
face.
like that's him
Exactly.
mocking it.
Exactly.
right?
If McDaniels had balls, he would go up there and be like, all right, I'm actually gonna talk to these people, but he doesn't because he's afraid of what the Denver media is going to say to him because they know nobody likes him over there. But I like Belichick for doing that because he's like, you know what, you guys are going to make me do this, then I'm going to make a fun out of it, and you can't get me in trouble because I'm giving you an answer. It's not like he's like saying I'm not answering this. He's giving them a legit answer. That could be the answer to it. We don't know. I don't think it is, but it could be the answer to
I
it.
just don't know what people. All of a sudden, Belichick's going to go up there and start like, oh, actually, it's his fourth metatarsal. He's never going to do that.
So there's belittle the entire industry.
He's been doing it for so long. Why
that-
we're
so
acting
since
like
when
we're-
does
The
that-
on
you're
to
right,
Cincinnati
though.
thing was almost 10 years ago. Like, that's nuts to think
Yes.
about. It was 2014,
Yeah,
so that's
yeah.
8 years ago. So it's been going on
You
for
know what
almost
that-
a full
you know-
decade.
Do you know what
plus, but
the question that brought that on, which I didn't even realize?
Yeah, Brady getting
The trade for Garoppolo.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Because it was the Chiefs game, they lost like 45-7,
Yeah.
and they ended up winning the Super Bowl last season. Everyone was like, "Oh, this is the end of the dynasty." And I was like, "Guy, it's one game."
Well, that was every Patriot loss ever. Was is this the end?
Exactly, yeah. And I tried to tell my friends that, like, "Yo,
This is
you guys
the
can't go
end.
undefeated every season."
Let me ask you a question. Are we in the end now?
We could be.
If they win this
Not
game,
saying we're
if
not.
they win this game against the Packers, I mean, they're in a not a prime position, but this is a game where nobody expects anything. They're 10-point dogs here. Like, you go into Lambeau, you upset them, which is not like we've seen teams
I don't
upset
think that's
the
gonna
Packers at Lambeau before. Like,
Who's the last team to upset them?
49ers. They were
Regular
six.
season.
They were 6.5 point dogs.
That was a
with them.
playoff team. This is Brian
Okay,
Hoyer.
Regular season.
This is
Look
Brian
that up,
Hoyer.
Ezekiel.
Actually, they said that Mac Jones is telling his teammates that he don't count him out yet this week.
I think that's a dumb decision if he does play. Just think about the future.
I would be so cool.
the future
But think
is
about
what?
the
He's a tough
future.
son of a
But
bitch.
his future, I'm saying. Think about his future as a player. I'm not a huge fan of his, but he definitely has a future in the NFL.
How
like,
do you think the New England Patriots would react if Belichick did go out and get Lamar Jackson, like a lot of people are saying that?
I'd be all for it. Why not?
Bernie, how would the Pats
As far as what, going after him in free agency?
Yeah.
What, like well, he's going to get franchised, so you'd have to trade for him.
There's not one Patriot fan that wouldn't say that, no, I don't want him. I'm not bringing him in here. I mean,
It would have to be Mac Jones going. Mac Jones going the other way with obviously
if
other
he continues
things.
to play at the level he's playing right now for the first 3 games, I can't see it. But I know he's got his detractors as far as the playoffs. But the way what he's doing right now, it's off the
We've
charts.
seen this before from him. He's got to prove it when it counts. He does.
Okay. What do we got going on here right now? Are we ready for 7 questions?
Let's do it.
I said it's a little more. I think it might be around 8. And then we got some buy or sell. And then we got our predictions for next week.
Oh,
Okay.
did you keep the
Yes.
record? Okay, good.
Yes,
Okay.
got you.
I don't know. I think I went like
Question
1 game under.
number 1. Cerebral question. I want silence. Do you have the Jeopardy music? Do, 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 do.
Might get copyrighted for that. Bless you.
The most injury-proof team in the National Football League is.
Injury proof.
What does that mean? Like they're not going to get injured?
Who can survive an injury to their quarterback or one of their stars?
Oh, how do you answer that? I don't think there's any way.
Well, that's why
answering
I
that
get paid big money to write big questions. So
question. Good luck if you can answer that.
I mean, Tampa outside of Brady, right? You've seen it.
outside of Brady, but Brady was
They got 3 offensive linemen and 3 wide receivers done, and he almost beats the Packers. But obviously, if Brady goes down, they're done.
But they also haven't looked great this year. Like
No.
they
Well,
did almost beat the
what I'm
Packers,
saying is,
but they
like,
haven't looked
Answer the
great.
question
Yeah.
for me.
Injury
Who's
proof.
the most balanced team,
So far, Miami.
non-dependent on one position?
So this
or
sounds
this?
nuts, but again, I've been on this
Cooper
train for a long
Rush.
time. This makes no sense, but the Falcons, I think if Mariota goes down, and of course they're not a big team, but if Mariota goes down, they could just keep doing the same-ish thing with Desmond Ridder because he's almost...
Tennessee, right?
Yeah,
Maybe?
Tennessee. Yeah, exactly. Tennessee, some team like that, because I feel like the higher-end teams outside of the 49ers,
Pittsburgh.
which I'm not a fan of Jimmy
said
G,
Pittsburgh.
they don't have good
I had
backups.
Pittsburgh on my list.
Kenny Pickett.
I like Pittsburgh, yeah, but I think he hit it on
Is
the head
Gardner
with the,
Minshew still
with
in
the
Philly?
Cowboys.
Is Gardner
No,
Minshew
he's
still in
not.
Philly?
Yeah.
He's not with Philly.
I thought he was the backup for
No,
Hurts.
I don't think he's...
Who's the backup for Hurts then? I mean,
I thought he was the backup for Hurts, but I could be wrong. I thought I looked at that the other day. I didn't think they moved him, but
Question number 2.
I would say
Ian Book, remember him? The guy that we bet
Notre
on?
Dame, Notre
the
Dame.
guy that we bet on in, for the Saints first start.
he's not good.
Yep, Ian
where
Book.
did-
They have him.
How
They,
did
all right,
that
hold on.
kid even
They
get a
have him
job in
listed.
the
They have him
NFL?
listed
I
as
watched him in Notre Dame. He's
QB2,
terrible.
and QB3 is Gardner
no,
Minshew.
Mitchell's still there. though.
But Ian Book is listed as a
That's not
QB2.
happening. If Hurts gets
So
hurt,
maybe
you ain't
Philly.
putting Book in there.
Maybe
No,
Philly.
Minshew looked awful in
Book
his
is
last season.
bad. I like Gardner Minshew.
I like the Cowboys. I think he hit it with the Cowboys, and
Yeah, but if Micah Parsons gets hurt, forget it.
Could Dak Prescott lose his job?
No.
I'm saying yes.
No,
I'm
because
saying yes.
well, you're paying $40 million for backup because his contract is $40 million.
Yeah.
I'm saying, what if this kid wins 3, 4, 5 in a row?
and he might because the schedule's awful.
you're gonna
but
move him?
sure, you have wins and losses.
As
But
soon
if
as
you
that's
look at
available, you're
yes,
gonna pull the
because
plug.
if you look at his games, he didn't look
no, they've been-
like amazing. Like he didn't look like he was like, oh my god, this guy's like unbelievable. He just looked like he made throws and he did okay.
CeeDee Lamb had that one drop going.
Sure, he had that drop, but he also had one of the best catches of the year, like 2 plays after. But my point is that I don't think he looked amazing. We're like, okay, this guy is on Dak's level. It's
that
just
would have been an 80
they're
yard.
winning.
That would have been 80 yard on the dude's.
He wouldn't have scored, but it would have been a good throw.
I
Yes,
think he would have scored.
there's sure, I guess, but I'm just saying. I think
Cowboys defense.
he's
looks
getting the
fucking
wins, but he
phenomenal.
doesn't look
again.
good
I like
enough.
it.
Well,
I'm not
Dallas-
huge.
So
on
I'm crazy. If this guy goes
No, you're not
undefeated,
crazy. You're not crazy, but I just don't see
If
it.
this guy goes undefeated,
No, but
I'm nuts.
No, you're not crazy. But the problem is,
I'm fucking crazy, all right.
I think it would have to be like a younger kind of guy that could be the future. Like Cooper Rush has been in the league for a long time now, right? Like I don't know, like
Yeah, but how has Dallas been winning? these games?
Every
By
once
running
in
the
a
ball and
while,
they play in defense.
Every once in a while, sports will take out some Walt Disney pixie dust
Mike White.
and blow it on somebody.
Remember Mike White for the Jets last year?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So that can never happen. You guys,
No,
just
I'm not
don't
gonna
see
say
it.
never. But the fact they're paying Prescott $40 million is going to make it hard for him to get displaced.
all right. Chances the Patriots backup QB Hoyer can beat Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay.
There's
I
a
mean,
chance.
we saw, right? The last time we saw Brian Hoyer was Monday Night Football against Kansas City. The defense played out of their mind that game, and he's supposed to be a smart guy, right? That's his thing. He's not going to kill you with mistakes. And what does he do? He makes two of the boneheaded decisions I've ever seen on a football field. Like, how does that happen?
I will run bare ass
Well, you
with the
won't
mask.
No, you'll never have it.
Around Seabra parking lot.
It's a possibility.
Do you want to
All
know?
right.
Do you want to know the numbers on Hoyer?
Yeah.
He is 0 I believe you can look it up. 0-11 in his last 11 starts as a starting quarterback in the NFL. So the chances of him winning the game
How does he have that fucking
are the
job?
same as
Bailey Zappi's actually not bad, the backup quarterback.
Oh,
John
take it
Belushi's
easy.
great point average in Animal
He's not
House.
bad.
0.0.
Double zero. But,
Listen, when you have a
0-11,
coach,
so-
when you have a coach like one Bill Belichick,
yeah.
if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be him. Trust me.
I know. He
almost beat Kansas City on Monday night.
So
And that was heyday Kansas City.
Coach, we do a skip. We're gonna ask Belichick questions. Ezekiel, you ready for this?
Yeah.
All right. Recognize me, the gentleman in the distinguished gentleman.
Want to cut one sleeve
second row.
off and put a couple holes in it?
Yeah. Okay, Coach. Your backup quarterback has been with you for a while. We know he knows his system. He gets you in and out of different practices, but he's 0-11. Any thought of maybe changing up and going to get somebody up that we haven't really seen so much of in the backup?
Yeah, well, and
What do I got for that?
Belichick's response would be,
Yeah.
well, no.
Onto
we're
we're putting our team in the best position to win.
Exactly. That's all you're going to hear.
But,
what you get.
But the numbers say
Actually, you know what you're getting? We're gonna be
Jimmy,
doing
who-
that.
Hey,
We're gonna put our team in the
numbers-
best position to win.
but the
Who's behind Hoyer?
but the
Who's the other
num
option?
Zappy.
Who?
Zappi, he's not bad.
but the numbers say differently. 0-11.
That's worse than the NFL. any backup.
I would
quarterback.
hope the fucking God it is.
Somebody was 0-6, 0-7 was next second.
I mean, does that question deserve to be answered? Talk to me, Riley. Talk to me. Talk to me.
Yeah, but I think there is a chance that they win because everything we always say is that Bill Belichick is great at taking away what you are going to use the best. And I think he'll find a way to shut down the run game.
Struggled though. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Here's my rebuttal to that is teams that don't necessarily do one or don't lock in on one. He plays that soft zone and gets picked apart. So like if there was Devontae Adams on his team, you know, he's probably not going to do much. And all right, Brett Favre's going to beat us with this guy who's ever over here. But like the Eagles Super Bowl, right? That Eagles team had like, you know, Ertz, they had Alshon Jeffrey. They didn't have one guy like they locked into and was like, nope, that's our guy. We're going to him no matter what, right? He takes away your best thing and you do. And you play like,
Yeah, so running the ball. If they can stop,
but Aaron Rodgers can still pick apart anybody.
he
So
can.
it's like,
But what if those young receivers outside of Lazard can't catch a ball like Christian Watson did before, and they start dropping passes? My point is that if they hone in on the running game and they can slow that down, and now you're forcing these younger receivers to make plays.
I think they're going to let him run the ball. Actually, I think
there's a
it's gonna be the
chance to
opposite.
keep this game close.
And tell me right now the Pats could sneak in
They could.
Say it.
I'm taking the Patriots plus
Well,
9.5.
so-
I'm just telling you that right now. That is one of my bets for the week.
You know what the
is taking
better
Patriots
bet
at
is?
1.9
And I don't know what
9.5.
the first half line is, right? Because they can kind of tread water defensively. First half Patriots. I don't know what the spread is, but first half Patriots.
I'm guessing it's
kind of like that
3,
Kansas City
5.5.
game, right? First half, they kept it in, and then by the time the fourth quarter was done, it's just like they couldn't keep up with it anymore. The other team makes the adjustments.
For them to beat Aaron Rodgers, the whole key to this game, number 3 this week. The Patriot defense is going to have to
6 for
get
halftime.
three.
That's not a bad one.
3 turnovers. If they don't come up with like 3 turnovers against Aaron Rodgers this week,
Again,
I don't
that's
see any
that's
chance
possible.
they have any
Look what
chance
happened
in
with
this
Aaron
game.
Jones last week. They had a fumble at the 1 yard line from when Aaron Jones caught the ball. Like Aaron Jones, he didn't have
I
a great
disagree.
game.
Though. I
either.
think he's going to allow the run or not like over go against the run and kind of play back on Aaron
I'm not saying
Rodgers.
he's gonna. I'm just saying, what if he stops the run? Like, what if they have a really good game against the run, and now you're relying on these outside weapons to do something? And I don't know. I think there's definitely a possibility for it to happen. Sure,
Bill
Brian Hoyer
Belichick's your
sucks.
coach, there's always a possibility.
But the Patriots' run game isn't that bad either. I think they have many
He had a
weapons they can
bad-
keep going through.
He had a
But
bad game last week because Lamar Jackson's number one thing you want to take away is his ability to run. And last week, Lamar
Yeah, you
Jackson
can't-
ran
yeah,
for
but you
107
can't
yards.
take that away.
You can put people in the box, Jimmy.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, you got to stop that.
You can put people in the box, and he didn't run the
gotta
ball the
stop
first
the
couple
spread.
drives, though he did stop him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
then
he
he
got
got
it
throwing the
for
ball down the
7
field,
yards.
and then he beat him with the pass
got
afterwards.
offside, so-
Yeah, like that's
why it's impossible to stop.
You can't let him.
It's not impossible. It's been done.
It's
It's been done a lot, actually.
no, I know. It's just something to
Especially
say.
when it matters.
Any team in the NFL, your chances of winning a game when Lamar Jackson rushes for 100 yards are 0.0. You're never going to win a game. So it wasn't a
Next question.
good week for him.
Let's do it.
Is
Oh,
it
no,
a big
I'll say
deal that Mahomes and Eric Bieniemy were in each other's face multiple times in the Chiefs' last game in which they lost on the road?
I don't think you play long enough in this league, you're going to have a moment like that.
Sure,
Right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
especially it's one of those things where it's
I
like,
don't
hey,
know if you
let's
want.
take it
I don't know if
easy.
you want to have it with your offense coordinator who he's made magic with.
Well, Brady, Charlie Weiss fought like cat and dog back
Yeah, but
there.
Brady was a baby then.
Remember when Weiss was like
O'Brien
looking?
went
Yeah,
at
but
him.
Mahomes,
Billy
yeah, same.
O'Brien.
Yeah, but he was a baby. But I mean, what's this Mahomes' 5th year in the league? Right, so it's right around. Charlie Weiss said, "Like, I get your shit together," and he looked at Brady. He said, "You included it." Like one of that old clip. That fucking still gives me fucking hard-ons back, by the way. But anyway, okay, I think ultimately you're gonna have that moment on a sideline no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Especially when they're looking for it. So now they look for it. With Bill Belichick, the post-game presser, he's going against one of his old coaches. The camera zooms right in, like, "Oh, we're gonna see what this is." You know, like you're gonna see stuff like that. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think that stuff happens.
Riley?
I don't know. Maybe everyone portrays Mahomes as being like he's like the best of all time, and he's so perfect, and he doesn't do anything wrong, and he's this guy who can't do anything
not
wrong.
me.
I just don't. No, I'm saying like even off the field and even like working with him, I don't know. Maybe he's not the easiest to work with, but then again, it's not a huge deal. Like it's just, it's good. Like Jimmy said, it's gonna happen. Like
If he's
it's
anything like
football.
his brother and his
Yeah, exactly.
wife,
Don't even get me started with
please,
that.
don't even get me started with
It's gonna happen. But one thing is that LaShawn McCoy, who played in that team for like 2 years, sure he was
If it happens
over
again,
the cliff.
it's a problem,
Then
right?
it's a problem.
Mc-
yeah.
What McCoy said to me is a little bit of a
Especially if it
thing
happens
because
soon.
LaShawn McCoy's a 2-time
Yeah,
Super Bowl
yeah.
champion, a perennial Pro Bowler when he was legit, and he said Bieniemy doesn't know shit. He's like all he does is just yell at everyone.
So that's
and
my
Andy
thing.
Reid does everything.
So that's my thing. Like, why hasn't this guy sniffed a coaching job yet? Right?
Yeah, that's true. Everybody wanted him, and that was a huge thing we talked about even a year ago. Like,
Yeah.
oh, where's Bieniemy gonna go? Like, we're all saying, like, I was even saying, like, yo, I'll take him on the Broncos. Like, he knows Kansas City.
Like
He's
this
a great
offense,
offensive mind.
This offense has
but
been running
So
down for
McCoy
5
went
years.
on TV and said he don't know
McCoy,
shit.
no, he commented on ESPN's thing saying Bieniemy's running his mouth, but he doesn't know shit. Like Mahomes is right. Like Bieniemy, all he does is yell at us, and he doesn't do anything else other than that. And I'll take again, and I always say this, I'll always take an NFL person's word for it because I've never
Yeah.
met this guy,
Yeah, of
and he's
course.
there, and he
Sure.
worked with that guy for 2 years or whatever it was. So
Sure.
maybe Mahomes is right, but again, it's gonna happen, and they've won Super Bowls and been to Super Bowls, so I think they'll be fine in the long run.
First coach fired in the NFL is who?
Eric Bieniemy.
Josh McDaniels.
Well, he's
They go-
Nah, they too much money.
Yeah, he's
But if
gonna
you go 0-4,
Yeah,
you go
he's gonna
0-4, then what? And I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm saying if you go 0-4 in a division that tough,
Well, supposedly they already had a
impossible to go
closed door
wrong.
meeting, but
Exactly, yeah,
can't
exactly.
say- I
Come
can't
on,
say
the
that.
dreaded closed door meeting
Yeah,
already? About what?
yeah. Oh,
He was like he was
Direction.
15 minutes late to his press conference in the Titans game. After that game was done, they had a closed door meeting, and he was 15 minutes late to his press conference.
Who
So-
cares about that?
But that's my point. Is they held them and they're like, "Yo, something needs to change. Like this, we're 0-3 already. We're supposed to be a Super Bowl caliber team here, and we're 0-3, the only 0-3 team in the league. Now they go 0-4 and become the only 0-4 team in the league.
I'll tell you
That's
who
that
might
could
have
be on
been
the fire
how, like
seat.
if the Broncos didn't win that game on Sunday, honestly,
Yeah.
like, that
If-
guy's fucking
and-
clueless.
and
He's
if-
awful.
Hey,
tried
and
to
guess
say
what?
that.
Guess
That
what?
guy doesn't agree with
Guess
that.
what?
That guy's
Wait,
bad.
watch this.
His
And
clock
if
management against the
Javonte
Seattle game
Williams
alone,
and
right? My
if
God.
Javonte
He's
Williams
got a,
doesn't fumble on the
he's got an
one, we're
assistant
3-0.
coach.
So I can play the
He's got
if
an
game too.
assistant
Like
coach.
it's an if
right,
game.
right, it's not if. It's like
Football.
You just said if they would've lost the game.
But I'm saying Peyton Manning. I'd say he'd be more on the hot seat, but he won, so he's not.
Yeah,
Peyton
okay.
Manning is going call timeout, call time. He said it 47 times.
Yeah,
right.
and they were
Like,
and they
it
were
was
and they were
terrible.
this close.
Right,
They were this close.
You know what? You are
this
you
close.
are not biased. Like I
No.
thought I was a New England Patriot homer.
I don't-
You are 10 times worse. You can't even criticize this guy.
No, I
this
can't.
Guy's terrible. He's a terrible coach.
We're 3 games in.
He
We're 3
looks
games in.
bad.
Riley, that
Week
wasn't
1.
his best moment. I mean,
No,
he
hasn't, yeah.
but if I get to talk, I'll explain my point.
You get to
Week
talk,
one,
yeah.
week 1, they lost by a centimeter when 2 people fumbled on 1 yard line. So that's that close to winning.
Yeah,
When a team,
they were in
hold
the
on,
red-
when a team was
red
27 yards in the second half, that was it, 27 yards. Week 2, sure, they looked bad, but they get the win, so they're 1-1 for a coach who's 2 weeks into his career. Week 3, they beat a Super Bowl attending team that everybody on the show is saying, this team's better with Jimmy G. This team's better with Jimmy G. They're going to go to the
They
Super Bowl.
punted
I picked
17
it
times in a row, something
Okay,
like that.
but they won against a Super Bowl contending team. Now they're 2-1. They were this close,
yeah,
right?
but that-
And it was such a bad decision to kick the field goal. They were this close wide. It wasn't short, wide from being 3-0. And of course, I can sit here and say, yes, he's looked bad, and this whole offense has looked bad. I can't sit here and say I lie about that.
talking about
But
the
my
offense.
point is, this play calling's bad. But
Not
if
talking
you
about the
ask
play
Aaron Rodgers,
calling.
but if you ask
Not
Aaron
talking
Rodgers,
about
a
either
back-to-back
one of those
MVP,
It's like, Andy Reid
perennial.
with his,
Okay, go ahead.
All right, hold on.
I'm done. He's terrible. He's terrible. He needs to be fired. No, it's fine. It's fine.
I got Brady. What
Go.
were you
I'm
going
not
to say?
talking about play calling. I'm not talking about offense or defense. I'm talking about clock management, situational football. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and they hired somebody to take that job away from him.
And even in the 3 wins, they won 3 games. He's looked bad in situational.
Hold on, they already hired somebody to take away
Yes.
clock
No,
No, they
management
didn't
from
hire
this guy?
somebody.
Assistant coach, yes.
So they are.
no,
I'm
no.
asking. I'm asking. I have no idea.
So
So they already know there's a problem.
No,
Yeah.
he asked for help and he bring in somebody to help him learn that thing, which is
The
again
coach asked out. I think that's admirable. If he
exactly. That's my point. He asked for the help and he brought them
It's
in.
also pretty telling
There's
too.
a lot of
Yeah.
coaches in the league that are bad, make bad situations. Look at McCarthy last year. We were all over him. He seems to have gotten a little bit
Well,
better
I like the
this year.
fact that a coach is ground enough to, but the way they were, information was getting relayed, it was a step more because it was going from upstairs, right? They talked about how the information was coming to him,
Okay.
and it was taking longer coming to him than natural.
Okay.
Okay.
So it may be more than his
It
problem.
wasn't necessarily all
Yeah,
his
I mean,
fault.
he's in charge of that, too.
Sure.
And he's not the only one. You go throughout the league, there are plenty of guys that are in the head coaching positions that are coordinators.
Oh, Andy Reid had that problem. Remember in the Super Bowl with the huddling and all that stuff with McNabb?
This is my
Like,
only
Andy
point
Reid's
is that
had
it's
issues
too
with that.
early to
Yeah, you're
fire
right.
him right away.
No, you're
And that's
going
my
out
only
now,
point.
nobody's
Is
saying that.
this could be the end of the season. They can go 9-7, and I'll be the first one here saying fire him.
No,
and
but-
I promise you I will. And even if they go 2-4, I'll be like the first one saying, okay, maybe it's time to go. But right now it's way too early for a 2-1 team
not yet.
when they're centimeters away from being 3-0. That's my only point. And he has looked bad. But ask Aaron Rodgers. He said Nathaniel Hackett breathed fresh air, and he was the reason why he wanted to keep playing football.
Yes.
Was Nathaniel
They say
Hackett?
he's a funny bastard,
So-
so the players like him.
Yeah.
They better.
Well, that's the key. You got to have the locker room.
They better.
They say he's real smart.
The problem is you've had problems
Not
with
a-
the, with
not
the
a call
situational
timeouts.
management
Yes,
every
they
week.
have.
You can't have that every week, and he's had it
I
every
agree.
week so far. So
I
that's
agree.
the- like I said,
But he's very young, and I think there's still time to grow, and that's why I don't want to give up so quickly.
But
Now,
I'm-
again, if they go 2-6, or if they go 3-5, I'm going to be on the train of saying get rid of him.
Still too
I,
early.
I want to give him time. That's my only point.
Recommendations from these players, though, I don't feed into any of it because look at all the Patriots.
Well, it's going to be
assistants
Russell
over
Wilson's
the
going to be
years.
Russell Wilson's a guy who's going to be like, we need to do something here.
But
And,
the
and
whole-
they will listen
It'll
to him.
get to
The
it.
whole
And they will
team,
listen to him.
but it's not
Well,
just
he was
Russ. The
already-
whole
they had him
team
wired
loves
the
him.
They had him wired, and he was kind of already criticized.
Well,
a
that's
little
the
bit.
problem with the Raiders. The Raiders made a huge mistake bringing McDaniel in, and I've said this before because the special teams coach that took over last year, everybody in that locker room loved him, played hard for him, and he got in the playoffs.
Yeah, I
they
agree.
showed him the door. And they did not like
Yeah.
McDaniel. Once they brought McDaniel in, you had a split locker room already before the season even started, and it's starting to see right now. So it's a good cookie. They lose this week.
What if McDaniel walks in, this little arrogant prick
Yes,
from New England? We'll see what he is without Tom Brady.
And now that you're losing, it's going to get even worse.
That
You're
is
0-3. That locker room's really good. They lose.
I hope they do.
My brothers,
Please come back.
My brother said this at his game, at his son's Pop Warning game. He says there's not many people in the business that he likes more than Josh McDaniels. That's as good as a person. So that's why I'm rooting for him.
Well,
right?
they better get it together quick because he's out.
I
hope he doesn't.
For football brain,
This is it for him, by the way. He'll never get another job unless he comes back here and then takes over the Patriots somehow. But
they're hiring him in New England.
yeah, so like, and then he could get a job here.
Yeah.
But outside, he's not getting another. If they fire him, like they go on for, they fire him. He is not getting another job, head coaching
NFL.
job.
But you know what's
outside
crazy?
of New England.
He got an offense coordinator job.
Coordinator
anywhere
in
he
a minute.
wants.
In a minute.
Yeah, but not a head coaching
not-
job.
No, North Turner.
Okay,
was,
fellas.
perfect example of that.
Yeah, he was.
He was
All
one
right.
of the best offensive coordinators
Yep.
ever, and then he got a head coach, and he couldn't.
All right. To avoid this, you have a sheet. Write down 2 words. I'm going to give Jimmy a sheet to answer this question, 2 words. And Riley's got a sheet back there for 2 words. Okay? And the question is very simple. The Belichick coaching tree has been an abject failure. Why?
What, 2 words?
A sentence, anything.
Got mine.
Yeah, Ralph, tell me why.
Well, it's more of a question to throw back onto you.
Sure.
Mike Vrabel? Like he's
like
part
Vrabel.
he's part of the coaching tree, and I think he's
But
been
he wasn't a coach with the
Nah, he
Patriots,
was a coach
right?
with
I mean, he
the
played under him, so it kind of
yeah,
counts,
but it kind
I
of
don't
counts.
know.
But I think he's been
No. We're not going to redefine the word coaching tree now.
that. I mean, he's came.
Yeah, but
We're not gonna
he learned where to coach. Like,
If he would have learned,
Where did he go? Where was he
Ohio
coaching?
State. Went to Ohio State.
Yeah.
that's where he was coaching over there.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
do you consider Nick Saban?
So are we? No, I'm not talking about that. No.
No.
so just people who have.
The coach tree in the NFL that they put the 7 people up there from Patricia to Mangini
Crennel.
to Crennel
Charlie
to
Weiss.
Charlie Weiss. It's been failure after failure.
Saban's the only one that's ever done anything.
Sure.
Well, I'll
Why?
give you
Why?
a 3-word answer.
Give
Same.
me a-
No, Tom Brady.
Wow.
What's yours, Jimmy?
Bill is the tree.
Mine is keeping secrets. Like if these people are going to other teams, why is he going to tell them like what he knows and he wants those teams to fail? Like maybe he's doing that, not teaching them enough because if they're not going to stay with him.
But like you would see like the Coach K coaching tree. You would see these guys bringing with all that infinite wisdom.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe he's holding it within because he doesn't want them to be.
No, but he's in the
with other
locker room
teams.
with them.
Sure, but there's other things.
They
Like
coach with them.
He's not holding anything
obviously-
back from like Crennel and Charlie Weiss go back to the Parcells
yeah,
days
yeah.
with the
Mike
Giants.
Vrabel's the exception to that rule, obviously. What he's done with Tennessee, with Ryan Tannehill.
Well, Nick
at quarterback.
Saban counts. He's the greatest college coach of all time too. So I mean, he's got to get credit for something.
So that's it. So Belichick's.
He is the tree, man. He knows. He knows.
right.
So like, he might teach a guy about offense, offensive line, this, that, and the other thing, but he is the almighty.
We got a tough crowd here today, boy. Buy or sell. Patriots, buy and sell them, Birdie.
Sure.
They're down, so
I
any
ain't
value with them.
buying them, and they're playing
Buying it.
in Green Bay
9.
this week.
Riley's buying it.
take that 9.5 and buy it.
What?
I'm selling.
Sell it.
Jimmy, did we switch spots? Like,
What is
roll
going
with me. 9.5 this
buying
week.
it.
9.5 this week.
Objectivity. Objectivity, my friend.
Come on, they're a penny stock.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
nothing to lose. I'm buying them.
Well, Belichick's got nothing to lose, but the team does.
Dolphins.
Sell it. Sell it while it's high.
Selling.
Sell it.
Sell it.
Sell it while it's high.
No, I'm gonna buy. I like Tua.
They played 2
Even though-
games in that fucking
That's
ridiculous
okay.
heat. Buffalo was dying.
That's
Wait till
okay.
they go in a little bit of cold weather.
Like
right?
Cincy
Saturday.
tonight.
I do
We'll
think
watch
so.
everything
tonight
happen.
with
Yeah, I
Cincy.
do think they'll lose tonight, but I
If
still
they
think,
win the game tonight, you know.
yeah, you're right. If they win,
And
that
I'm
game
no big
tonight-
Cincinnati fan, but this would be a good win no
If
matter
they win
what.
that game tonight, you look out because then they'll have 10 days.
They haven't
off or
beaten
whatever.
slouches either, though, Miami.
No.
They beat
No, they beat
Baltimore.
not at all.
They
Not
beat
at all.
Buffalo and New
I've
England.
been a
so
Tua
some good
fan
teams.
since he came out of
Baltimore's defense
College,
is fucking
so-
atrocious.
It is, but that's
though.
still a good team to come back on. No matter what team you come back, what is it, 40 something to 10?
On the road. On
Yeah.
the road. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I'm buying selling the Bills. I'm buying Bills.
Still buying, yeah. of course.
Everybody's buying the Bills still.
Well, we were
that
talking
me?
with Riley. No, he's selling.
Yeah.
Really?
It's just,
Really?
again, if we're playing the
Wow.
market, it's just a little too high for me, and I really don't think they'll be the best team in the AFC by the end of the year. It happens every year.
Well, you lose half your defense.
Bengals, buy or sell.
I'm still selling.
I'm buying.
They'll show a little
How much
promise
can
here
I
and
buy?
there, and
And I'll double that,
Well, if you want
please.
to buy them right now, you can go get them at 3-1 to win the division
Well,
still.
And I love.
they beat the
Ooh.
New York Jets. Let's keep that in perspective.
You selling them, Jimmy?
Yeah, I've been selling them.
Yeah,
Birdie?
I'm going to sell.
Not saying they can't make the
I'm gonna buy
playoffs or
'em.
anything
Riley's
like that,
buying
but they're
'em.
not going to the Super Bowl. They're not even gonna come close to
Broncos,
that.
buy or sell. Buy,
Yeah, you
Riley.
can skip this one for me. Not for nothing. I really do believe this is one of the easiest buys.
See,
just
for
because
me-
there's only ups to go from here.
okay,
There's
yeah.
only ups. It can't get much worse
Oh,
than
it
this.
can. It can.
How?
The wheels can fall off very
You
quickly.
lose
But
to
they
the
just.
Raiders this
Can I put
week.
this in perspective one more time? I don't understand how this is getting swept under the rug. They beat a Super Bowl contending team that just went to the NFC Championship game, and
Yeah.
they're one of the worst teams in the league. Like I just don't understand
Well,
it.
let me tell you something.
But it's off the table for me. Just about.
Let me.
My mouth is shut for now.
Riley's correct about this. Have they started off like gangbusters like everybody predicted? No, but to win a game like that, they probably deserve to win.
But you just said
huge.
yourself.
I'm not saying. I'm not. That's
huge.
that's the one team in that division I think can get better. I think everyone else is kind of like that. I think we massively overrated that division.
Buying or selling Miami?
Miami?
Let's
No, I want to ask him a question.
So there's a few things I like. Hold on. Let me explain why. Let me explain why I'm selling Miami.
He's got a point though.
Hold on. Let me explain why I'm selling Miami. I like their head coach. I really do. But I think the gutsy calling on 4th and 7 and 4th and 6.
Would you trade your head coach for him right now?
Come on.
He does look better, yes, but I still think there's time to improve. And yes, he started hot, but the gutsy calling I think can lose them a couple games down the way, like against the Patriots game. Didn't Waddle score like a 40-yard touchdown on a 4th and 6 or something like that?
It was before halftime.
But it was 4th and 6 though, right?
Before 4th and 7. It was right before
calling
half.
4th and 7, like that's still a long type of yards to go in the NFL. So I think that could get in their way, and I'm not a huge fan of their run game. I think their run game towards the playoff time when you need kind of a run game to lean on isn't the best. And them going 3-0, I think you're getting hot at the wrong time kind of. And if they get to face the wrong teams later on and they start to tail off a bit, then maybe. And I hasn't seen as much of Tua as I've seen of Russell Wilson. Tua looks great this season, looks better than Russell Wilson. Yes, you heard that right. He looks better than Russell Wilson right now. But this is his third year in.
You know what?
He's hot and cold all the time.
Russell Wilson is a weird dude. He's weird. Like
sure, he is, but
I don't know about that guy.
So
how much? I don't know how much football that guy actually likes.
All right,
like,
so
he's
if
a
you're
weird
going to
guy.
buy Denver and say that you're buying them because they beat a Super Bowl contender in San Francisco,
and so do the Dolphins.
How can you sell Miami, who's beaten Buffalo, at Baltimore, and the Patriots?
And they overachieved, I
How can you
think.
sell it?
Because I think they're overachieving. I think the hype is a little bit too much.
disagree.
I think
I don't-
Denver's overachieving at 2-1. They should be 1-2.
Or again,
I mean,
we
you
can
can
play,
look at it that
we
way,
can play
too.
the if game, and they're 3 inches away from being 0-3. I can send that right back. Sure, they could have been 1-2, but they could be 3-0. If they were sitting here 3-0 and they made that field goal, we'll all be like, "Wow, that's a decent call from
But
that
it's
coach to
not
trust
making.
his
It's
player."
not making a field goal. That's a player making a play. He didn't put his players.
So what
in
has
the
changed?
best
What is a
position.
1-3?
Come on,
Is Russell
hold
Wilson
on.
not
You can
making a
agree
play?
with me. You can agree with me that he didn't put his team in the best position to win in that week in the first game.
He thought
right?
he did, and he trusted.
Hold on. I'm asking you. You think he put his team in the best decision to win that game week 1? Yes or no?
To his thought,
No,
yes, yes, and I think Brandon McManus
So
is
he shouldn't have called timeout. He made the right choice, not
he
call timeouts there.
Okay, hold on. Brandon McManus is one.
No. It's just yes or no. It's yes or no.
No, I don't think so.
He
Just because
mishandled those timeouts. It's a
sure,
simple
but
question.
again, Brandon McManus, one of the last player from the Super Bowl 50 team, one of the most elite kickers in the league, deep accuracy. He trusted one of his veteran players to make a veteran play. So that is another thing being swept under the rug. He's
Why kick
trusting
a
his player.
58-yarder if you can kick a 45-yarder though? Like
But there's no guarantee that they get that first down. You guys are all saying they played bad that week 1. There's no guarantee Russell Wilson makes that first down. So why not trust your last veteran player on the team? But going back to the Dolphins thing is because I think they're going too high right now, and I just think being this high is just a little bit overhyped. And I do like the teams that they beat. Yes, I just think again, injuries to come, and if they're getting too hot now, and they get a little bit of cold patch towards the middle of the season, it could be the wrong time.
Like, believe it or not, I'm actually buying the Broncos. I think that's the one team that
I would buy the Broncos right now.
They can't. No, I don't.
You have to take in the context of the stock market. They're below expectations.
I don't think they're going to turn it around. But I wouldn't be surprised if they did. They have a lot of talent.
If you're going to make a comparison based on who you beat, then you can't dismiss it.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. No, I agree with that.
Of course,
I agree with that.
of course. But I'm just saying, I think where they're at right now is too high, and I don't think they should be one of the only 2 undefeated teams in the league. They have a good team.
Well, they've earned it.
They have earned it. They have a good team, but again, like Jimmy said,
I'll tell you, the Broncos defense is
yes, one of a top 3 defense in the league.
Yeah, because if they didn't, man, they would be real ugly right now.
I'm telling offensive receivers, I think the Broncos will be fine. Chargers. Buy or sell?
Sell.
Yeah, you have to.
They are
Because
who we
injuries
thought
are
they were.
devastating right now. You can't lose the person.
I hate the Chargers,
they've
but
lost.
being 1-2 is, again, discredit to them. I just don't think they're that bad. I would just buy them. And
It's just what they
I
do,
hope
though.
they
Yeah, but every year I feel like that's what we're doing now.
I agree.
Yes,
right?
with the Chargers.
Yeah.
This may be the.
I said this.
This may be the
yeah.
coaching change that people are missing here.
I said this in the beginning of the season. I didn't think they were that good, but
yeah.
being
Yeah, actually,
1-2,
you're right, Mike.
losing to the Jags,
That's a good call,
Being good to lose to the Jags in that fashion, I don't think that's truly them. It's them throwing Justin Herbert to the Wolves and be like, hey, go play while you just got shot up from the same doctor that shot up Tyrod Taylor and gave you the job because he punctured Tyrod Taylor's lung. I just didn't think it was
Who
the
do
best
they
thing to
have?
do.
Who do they have this week, Chargers?
Jesus. don't
Texans
tell me that.
at
Don't be fucking
Houston.
up in my
At Houston?
Yeah, at
Oh,
Houston.
yeah, they lose that
Jaguars,
one. They
buy and
lose that
sell.
one, Mike. You're right. That coach is getting fired.
Who?
What?
If they lose at Houston,
No,
that coach
because
is getting
you,
fired.
yeah, you can't
Houston's
put it on
0-2
the
and 1
coach,
though.
though. You lost your starting left tackle and one of your best defensive players. You can't take those injuries.
Yeah, but he's
That's
made.
devastating,
But he's
though.
all right. But he's made calls
Buy
in
and
the past
sell
the
on
fourth downs.
Jaguars.
Oh, I buy big time.
This is the
I'm
one
buying.
I'm staying out. I just think they're at an okay spot right now, and I don't think it's whatever. Just do what
This
you
is a
want. I understand both
very,
sides. I understand both
very
sides.
Underrated team. That defense could be a lot better than people think. They've got talent on that line that people don't even realize.
Somebody said that before the season started. I don't know who
I'll
it
tell
was.
you
but-
what, not on the defensive line though.
I said their defense is going to be one of the best in the league, and they're going to surprise a lot of people.
But they're a lot better than people think right now.
This is their true
It's
test this
funny
week.
how he's starting to, the quarterback's starting to separate himself from everybody though. No?
Yes.
He's like,
I'm
shocked.
he's really
I'm
starting-
buying, but I'm not buying a lot of it.
No?
Not a lot.
Colts, we buying and selling.
I'm staying with them.
So
So you're buying, or
I'm going to buy him one more fucking time.
Yeah, I still
man.
like the Colts. Like I
what
still
is
think they're a
yeah?
good team.
I was just asking what stay means. Like
Yeah, I
Hedging.
bought a lot.
Okay,
I bought
alright,
a lot
yeah.
already.
I got you.
So I'm not selling what I bought.
You're gonna ride.
But I'm
Like
not
I-
necessarily
alright,
buying
exactly what I did
anymore,
with the Jags.
right? Yeah.
With the Jags, that makes sense. Yeah. To me,
All right.
That team's dangerous, man. If Matt Ryan has
This
to
was
figure it
supposed
out,
to
or
be
they're
an
fucked.
easy
but-
walk through the fucking daffodils today.
Chiefs?
Buy and sell. No,
You know
not
what it is?
yet.
There's a lot of NFL teams. There's no like. They're
That's
very.
why I
It is
did
a
it.
weird league, weird year.
Chiefs.
so
So.
buy low, man.
I've been selling
They
them.
got the best quarterback. in
buying.
the
Well,
league.
hey, one guy said the Colts are going to win this week. I'm just
I'm
saying.
buying Andy Reid. I'm buying Mahomes.
Yeah, but I did take the Colts.
Who do you got? Who do you got?
I'm buying just because they have the best quarterback.
I'd
in the
buy
league.
those two guys too, but I wouldn't buy Kansas City's defense.
All right. AFC.
The offense is
Done. NFC. Are we buying the Eagles?
I'll buy as much as you can. I'll keep buying until the season goes.
I love it. I'll tell you. I was thinking about like they look really good, and then I was like, wait a minute. They beat Carson Wentz, Jared Goff,
Yeah.
and
And they should-
and primetime Kirk Cousins. So do they look
So
good?
wait a minute.
Right, hold on, Bernie, they look great.
Thank you, Jimmy.
They
Here we
look
go.
great. They look
Okay.
great.
Do you
They
want-
look fantastic.
Do we need to get
actually.
a statement from the Eagles apologizing for the schedule?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I just want to see some more. That's all.
All right.
Me
I
too.
just want to see some more. I just want to see some
They're
more.
playing at home against Jacksonville this
Not
week.
for
I
nothing,
just want to see
Jimmy.
some
They're
more.
only back
Jimmy.
down the ones they put in front
Are they playing Jacksonville? Doug Peterson going back to Philly?
home.
Yes.
Oh!
Not for nothing.
I smell my money line
Hey,
upset.
Not for nothing. Their schedule for the rest of the season is the
I saw.
easiest in the league. Easiest in the league.
So yeah,
Buy.
Yeah.
and that's why I think I'm gonna buy.
They're gonna
I'm gonna
take
buy
they might
now.
take an L this week.
Listen, I'm gonna buy now. Playoff time comes. Sell. They'll lose in first round.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
But the Cowboys schedule,
boy.
or when they play the Cowboys, if that can come back quick,
Giants.
So
Sell.
yeah,
nightmare.
that team was almost 3-0.
Freddie
Can you believe
Krueger.
it?
Yeah, exactly.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
I'll tell you though, I'm buying the coach.
They might not win 3
I'm
more
buying the
games.
coach. That coach has that team playing that well, and they're that bad.
Quarterback.
I feel
I'm
bad.
taking
Yeah,
Dayball.
I'm
Yeah,
upset.
but Dayball's a fuck. Dayball could coach.
Mike,
you can
he's
see
got
it
nobody
already.
to throw the ball to, though. It's atrocious.
Shepard.
I
tore his
Tampa
ACL
buying
too.
and selling.
I'm still buying. They got nobody.
buying,
Yeah,
baby.
they got nobody.
Well, they're going to get the receivers back this week, so I got to buy them.
Yeah.
Evans is
Saints.
back.
Oh, they're cooked.
So they
So?
lose to the Panthers. Yeah, I mean
they're
you
done.
can't lose to the Panthers in the way that they did. It looked. If you look at the box score, sure, close game, but no, they scored a touchdown late in the game. It was not a close the whole time.
Packers. I'm buying big time.
Yeah, I felt like the 0-1 thing. I kind of went for it again. I was like, well, this year just seems different. You listen to kind of Matt LaFleur, what he said was like, we're
the
trying
man.
a little bit of different things early on to kind of get young kids the ball and all that stuff. I mean, I'm buying. I don't think it's a Super Bowl team, but I'm buying. They're better than I thought they were going to be. Put it that way.
Yeah, they're definitely better than we thought, and that was a huge win to go to Tampa and win.
Well, again, the
I
guy
know they had guys
fumbles.
missing.
Hey,
Yeah.
what happened on the Jumbotron? Aaron Rodgers.
So I can't stop watching all of his shit, and I think he's one of the most underrated people when he talks. I think he's so smart. But when he was talking, he was saying that so in how the football league works is it goes 1-0, a cadence, and then they throw the flag for what is that called? Delay of game. So it doesn't.
No. They're trying it. They
Yeah, but
put
that's
an
how it
emphasis on changing it. This
But that's
year.
how it is, because that's how even Roger said that's how they've been doing it right now.
Yeah, but you're seeing a lot of differences. I heard that they're putting a lot more. They're not letting you get to that 0 anymore. Is what I.
So
is what they're trying to
Rodgers
do.
knew that, and he understood that Brady gets that cadence, but he said that he thought it went 0, cadence, and then play. So he thought it was like a little bit too long. So he told LaFleur, like, hey, keep an eye on that clock and basically just know that they might get another delay game. Prepare for that. So that's all he was pretty much saying. And he said that everybody else blew it out of context because I've been watching a bunch of their shit. So he was just saying that they were doing delay games, which he was right because Pat McAfee was like, oh, is it hard for you and Brady to like get the plays down because you guys wait till the last second to read the defense? And that was what's going on. Brady waited to read the defense and he couldn't get his play call out at the last second because he finally read it and then took the 1 second.
Center, give me the ball twice, and the center couldn't.
Yeah, because he waited till like 2 seconds left because he wanted to see the defense, and then he had to call the play like the whatever it is, I don't know what it is, like this, and then he has to hike it. So that's what Roger says. It takes them a long time to hike it because they want to read everything and then get the play call
Yeah,
out.
but
And
that's
then
not what
hike it
happened on
super
the
quick.
jumbotron, though, right?
No, but the jumbotron showed the 0 hitting 0,
all right.
and Rogers thought he went too long over the cadence of the 0 that they give him.
Okay. Rams, buy or sell?
Buying.
So
They've looked bad, but they're a Super Bowl team. I don't think they repeat.
My
but
thing
they're-
with the
they're
Rams,
gonna be
my
decent.
thing with the Rams is they are going to make the trades in season to get better.
we'll
Yeah.
see. They didn't look
Okay.
that great.
Nobody's
right
safe
now.
except Cooper Kupp.
Who wants to read this? I'm gonna read it off.
right.
Dolphins
Wait,
plus
wait,
3.
wait,
Oh,
before
we got
that-
to do a recap.
Recap.
Oh, recap. What are we doing here?
So week 3.
Oh no!
Oh no, Bertie, you actually in second place.
Really? I
Yes.
thought I did terrible.
No. I was the one that won week
Really?
3. I had 9 out of I don't know how many. I did pretty decent. Bertie, you had 7. I think Jimmy,
Really?
you had 6,
What did I do?
and Mike, sadly, you had 2 off of my count.
Was I third?
Yes, off of my count, you had 2.
I had 4 the week before.
So it just fluctuates. It was a weird week in the NFL. Sometimes we get hot, but so far Bertie has 1 win, I believe. I have 1 win, and then we're gonna go from there. See who wins.
We're
we're
at
not
the
going to
end
keep
of
a
the
running
season.
total?
What?
A running total at the end of the year, though, no?
That's what I'm saying. I have 1 win.
one.
Bertie,
No. I thought we were doing
No,
like
not for
overall
total
wins and losses.
No, that's too tight to keep track.
Yeah, but then
of,
we
though.
did the money line thing. I thought that's why we did upset
No, money line
line.
win gives you 2 for the week. So if say you pick, I have the Patriots winning this week. I can get 2 right for that week instead of 1 if I pick the Patriots to win. You get what I mean?
Oh, all right.
All right. Ready? Let's do this quick. I didn't get my bet in.
Me too.
Dolphins plus 3.5 for a Cincy.
Bengals.
Bengals. Yeah, it's a bad week for Miami coming off that Bills game.
All right, you guys gonna write this down? Who's gonna write
Everybody's
this down?
on-
All right, somebody write it down so I can just do
Figure
this.
that one out.
Vikings minus 2.5 at Saints in England.
Oh,
What?
In London.
The Vikings.
Oh,
with
Vikings
that
then.
Connection.
Yeah, if the game was in New Orleans, I might change, but the fact that it's in
give me the
England,
Vikings
I'm
too. Is that Vikings for all 4 of us?
Yeah, I got to take the Vikings.
All right, give me
I
the
can't
Saints
take
then, just
Saints.
because this is quote unquote prime time, and I think maybe Kirk Cousins loses.
It's at
So give me the
9:30 in
Saints.
the morning.
But it's the only game on, so it's prime
Browns
time.
at Falcons.
Falcons. I mean Browns. Sorry,
Falcons at home.
What's the line?
-1 to the Browns.
-1.
I tell you, I like what I see from Cleveland this year, but I mean the Falcons at home.
This
The
is
Browns.
this is the pick of the week for me right here. I'm telling you right now.
Did we all take the Browns?
Common did.
No, I took the Falcons.
Cowboys.
What's the line?
What's the line? Plus
3.
3?
It's only 3. I don't know why it's only 3 after what happened last week.
Where's the game?
Yeah,
It's in Dallas. Dallas at home.
Yeah, Dallas at home.
Wentz got sacked 9 times last week. You think it's what do you think Parsons is going to do
Yeah,
this
that
week?
Washington team is.
That's what I'm saying. How is that line only 3 points?
Are you guys all
Jimmy?
taking Dallas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God, I'm taking the Commanders.
Really?
Yes, I really like that for this
They
week.
he got sacked 9
But the thing is
times
Carson
last
Wentz is
week.
looking pretty decent. They can score points.
Not
The
last-
Commanders can score points.
He's looking
So
decent until Micah
Seahawks
Parsons is
at
coming down.
Lions. Lions -4. I'm going to go
Lions.
with Lions.
Let's go.
Seahawks minus.
That-
Wait, what is it again?
The Seahawks suck.
See, Detroit's all of a sudden a 4-point favorite. It's
At
Geno
home?
Smith.
Where's the
Yeah,
game? The game's in Detroit.
This game's got.
Where's the game?
It's in Detroit.
Yeah,
it's
the
in
Lions are
Detroit.
winning that.
Give me the
They're
Lions.
going to cover 4 points.
Seattle's the only. They won the only game they might win all year.
Yeah, that's what I just
I
want to
know.
say.
I'll take Detroit too, I guess, but I don't see them as a favorite.
Lions, too.
Yeah, Lions for me.
Titans -3.5 at Colts.
No, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
was
all
gonna
right,
say.
all right.
Colts minus
Yeah.
3.5 at Titans.
Yeah.
Boy, I can't
Really?
stand either one of these quarterbacks this week, Tannehill and Ryan.
Wow. I just think the Colts can.
Colts.
can play D. I'm going Colts.
Was it Titans? Every time
This
I
doesn't
see-
make sense to me.
3.5, huh?
Yeah, this is a tough one.
Yeah, you know what? I know Tennessee won last week. Derrick Henry. I'll take the 3.5.
Give me the Colts.
Bears.
Taking 3.
Bears at G-Men. G-Men -5.
I got a lot of bad games this week. I'll tell you
I
that.
like the Bears.
Yeah, the board sucks.
Bad
this week.
games.
I like the
Wait, what do you have for the
Bears.
Giants?
3.
Yeah, I have it for 3.
I have it for 5. I was looking at one of the sites.
It
I
must
don't
have
know.
got adjusted.
All right, give me the Giants. I don't mind that team actually. I think the Bears are awful.
Jags at Eagles.
I'm going Chicago.
Eagles 6.5.
I'll take the Jags.
I'm taking Jacksonville.
Points.
And that's my money line.
Okay, so give Jimmy 2 for that one. Jags 2. Give me
I'm taking the Eagles.
the Eagles.
I'll take the points. That's too many points.
Jets at Steelers 3.5.
Give me Jets on the money line.
Ooh, Zach Wilson coming
Give
back.
me Steelers.
Give me Jets on the money line.
I'm going Pittsburgh.
I'll take the Jets 3.5. Zach Wilson's quarterback.
Could be a bad thing.
Bills -3, right? At Ravens.
Yeah.
What's the over and
I'm
under
going
in
with
that
the
game?
Bills.
The over in that one. 'Cause Baltimore
I'm going with
can't
the Bills
stop
as well.
Anybody. I'm going Buffalo. Riley, what's the over and under in that? Just for-
51.
That's
That's,
a
a little.
that's-
That's
Bill-
high.
Baltimore can't stop anybody.
That's
Though.
a
And the
clean-
Bills don't
I know,
have a
but
secondary. So.
look at the over-unders recently. It's all been unders. That is,
It's a clean sweep on the Bills. yeah.
Chargers -5
who are they playing?
at the Texans.
Oof, my God.
Yeah, Chargers are banged up, man.
I'm
I
going
don't
with the
know.
Texans.
I like that team the Texans have. Give me the Chargers, though. Herbert, another week off, maybe. Doesn't practice. He don't need to practice. I don't know. And Keenan Allen. Keenan
Allen's
Allen.
back.
Yeah, he
so,
could be playing, yeah.
Cards 1.5 versus the Panthers.
I'll
Oof.
take the Chargers minus the
I'm going
5.
to take the Panthers at home.
Hold on. What? Well, the
Cardinals
Panthers and
plus
Cardinals?
1.5.
Oh, I'm taking the Cardinals.
That's another game. That
Yeah,
mi-
give me the Cardinals, too.
that might make the ratings go to one of the lowest rated games of the year. I mean, Carolina.
Packers
Arizona.
-9.5 against the Pats.
Give me the Pats.
Packers.
I'm
Give me the
going
Pats.
Packers.
Oh, that's a lot of points.
First half.
Birdie, take the
Patriots.
Packers,
That's a
please.
lot. That's a
Please,
lot of
please,
points.
Birdie,
What do
take
you
the
got?
Huh?
take the Packers, Birdie.
I'm thinking 9.5. That's a lot of points. Green Bay doesn't score a lot of points anymore. Yeah, I got to take the points because Green Bay doesn't score a lot of points.
Damn it, I want it to be the only one.
Oh.
Denver +2.5 of the Raiders.
Give me Denver.
Raiders. Last time for me.
I can't back the Raiders anymore. This
This is the one I like that Birdie's on my side.
This
I
is
have
like
to
the.
because
This
I
is like
can't-
again backs up against the
I
wall
back the
at
Raiders
home.
and
Like your season is over if you
Yeah,
lose
like
this
that.
game.
Could be fired.
Yeah.
Me and Birdie on the
I'll take
Raiders, you two
Denver.
on
I'll
Las
take
Vegas.
Denver, I guess. You're getting 2.5.
Chiefs versus the Bucks. Even.
Bucks all day
Bucks,
long.
yeah,
Yeah,
Bucks.
Really?
I don't-
yeah, because
I don't see the. I
Florida
don't see the.
galvanized, the team fired up.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're gonna, you know, they're not exactly a Katrina
Give me,
game,
give me
but
the
like
Chiefs.
it's, you know,
Give me the Chiefs. I don't see them losing two
he's
in a
got
row.
Evans back.
Didn't see the
he's
Bucks
got
losing 2 in a row
Supposedly
either.
Julio's back
Fair enough.
this week, so I think
Very fair, actually, Jimmy. I didn't think of that, but I just don't see Mahomes losing 2 in a row. I don't know how many times it's happened in his career.
I just trust the Bucks defense a lot more than I trust Kansas
That
City.
is true,
That's
but
for damn
I
sure.
feel like they haven't really scored that much, the Bucks, recently. And if the Chiefs' defense isn't that great, sure, but the Bucks haven't really scored much. So if anybody can score a lot of points, I'd bank it on the Chiefs. So I'm just gonna take them, especially at an even game. And then the last one is the Rams plus 1.5 at the 49ers.
well, 49
Remember the 49er beating they put on them
All
last
day
year on
long.
Monday Night Football?
all day long.
It's in San
49ers.
Fran.
Yeah, all day long.
You remember the
No,
beating? Remember we all took
absolutely
the
not.
Rams
Absolutely
and
not.
at Monday Night Football, and the
That's the-
49ers just
so,
ran the ball
Kyle
down their throat,
Shanahan-
and that's when me and you were like, I can't.
Kyle
with this Rams team
Shanahan,
anymore.
I think it's one win against the 49ers the whole time he's coached as the 49ers coach.
I'm going with the Rams.
So I'm gonna take
No,
the
no,
Rams.
no. Look up the trend on that.
No,
I think
he
it's
beat
the
him
other way
last year.
around.
He beat him last year.
I
Yeah,
think
he beat
it's
him
the
twice
49ers
last year.
have beaten him like
Yeah.
9 out of the last
Yeah.
11 times. That's
He beat
why I'm
him on
taking
Monday
the
Night Football
49ers.
last year. I
Yeah.
remember that one for sure.
They own the Rams,
Yeah.
except for the championship game in the regular season. But I'll take the 49ers.
Yeah, I'm going San
Only a
Fran
point
as
and a
well.
half.
Well, I'm going
So,
Rams.
any-
Who are you going, Mike?
Rams.
Any comment? Are we done with the football now?
But then you got your trivia?
Yeah, we're going to get to that one
This is
second.
Bengals Dolphins.
I don't want to
trivia.
start a big firestorm because this subject always gets crazy when we talk about it.
Religion or politics?
Aaron Judge, the home run record, tied yesterday.
Unbelievable.
with,
Took him long
you know,
enough.
Hey, Maris's family was great today. What they said.
Yes, no, yeah.
that's the
Of course,
one-
they're going to have the Yankees guy back, though, too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, nothing
I
wrong
don't
with
know.
that.
He went
I've
into
seen
a
enough
slump.
of the Maris family. See you later. We never have to see him ever again now.
I was about to think he was gonna come out.
He was in a slump. He was in a slump.
What do we got for your trivia?
Trivia. I told you guys last week we're going with theme of the week is the Thursday night.
Are we
game.
going the triple overtime game or whatever?
We're going to questions about the Cincinnati Bengals and the Miami Dolphins.
Well, that was the game, right? The one in my that was the Chargers, right?
That was the
Chargers.
Chargers.
That was the Chargers. Okay.
Okay. First off, we're going to go with nicknames. We know that New York City is known as the Big Apple. What is the nickname of the city of Cincinnati, Ohio?
The big shit stain.
The Queen City.
Correct.
I know.
Give a point to the Hurricane, the Queen City.
I bagged many a Queens.
Oh boy.
What were his names?
Let's go to stadiums. The Bengals have played in
Riverfront.
2 stadiums.
Riverfront.
Riverfront? Currently, they play in some stupid name called Pay Core or something like that. I don't pay attention.
Joe Robbie.
Riverfront was the original stadium. What was the name of the other stadium that they played in? The name got changed.
Named after their owner.
That's correct. Give 3 points to the Hurricane. He's now 3-0 ahead of him. Who was the owner's name?
I know it. What's his
Jimmy? Riley?
I just watched something.
He coached the team for like 40 years, right?
Bear Bryant. Was it? No, but Bear Bryant was the one they. Not Bear Bryant. Was
What's his
the guy
fucking-
Walter Brown? Walter Brown Stadium. What,
You
was
got
Walter Brown
half of it
Stadium?
right. You got half of it right. Brown. His name ain't Walter though.
Yeah, Paul.
Paul
Brown.
There you go.
Jimmy
There you
gets
go.
that's like
Way
a,
to dig, kid.
that's
Way
like
to
a
dig.
tackle.
I just watched something. He
You
was
got
like.
an assist and you got an assist.
I watched. He was the first person to put
I
a
like that.
He was the first person to put.
Paul Brown.
We got to put our bets in.
He was the first person
Yeah, we
to put
still got time.
a microphone in the quarterback's ear.
NFL MVPs. Cincinnati Bengals have 2 in the history of the franchise. Who were they?
Oh wow, Boomer Esiason.
That's correct.
Holy shit, the other one.
Munoz?
Incorrect.
Nah, I can't give it to
Hall
him.
of Fame lineman though.
Anderson, though?
Kenny Anderson,
Kenny Anderson,
1981.
Dan Marino for the Dolphins.
Well, I didn't get to that yet, so I might pull that question now. That
Well,
you
that's an
answered
easy-
it.
that's an
So
easy
I
one.
think
That's a
I'm-
layup. He just threw it to me, and I was
I
like,
think I'm going to pull that question.
And it was
out.
They played in Joe Robbie Stadium.
Joe Robbie Stadium. And what was the other 2 venues they played in besides
Orange
Joe?
Bowl.
Orange Bowl.
Orange
What's
Bowl,
the other
yeah.
one?
Hard Rock Cafe.
Bingo. Give that man the next question.
I want to go there so bad.
All right, and Dan Marino,
in the
1984
middle of
was the
nowhere.
MVP. Now we
But
get
it's
to
nice
the
looking.
now we get to the more difficult portion of these questions. We'll
Let's
start
do
off
it.
with Miami. The Miami Dolphins since 2007 have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Quarterbacks?
6, 7, 8, 9,
Okay.
10, 11 quarterbacks.
I'll be decent at this.
Who
Ryan
wants to start
Tannehill.
this?
Ryan Tannehill.
Tannehill,
Ryan
Fitzpatrick.
Oh, wow, I'm surprised Jimmy.
Josh Rosen ever start a
Yep.
game?
Josh Rosen. Chad Penny, is he on there?
No.
Chad Penny, is he on there?
Not Chad Henne.
Chad Henne.
Henny, yeah, Henny.
Yeah.
Chad Pennington. That's who you were
Pennington,
thinking.
yeah. Okay.
You got your Chads. You got your Chad
Chad-
H and Chad
yeah.
P mixed up.
Sat.
Who?
Jacoby Brissett is right. Yep.
Jay Fiedler.
Friedler was before 2007.
No.
Yeah,
Seven. I'm sorry. I thought you said
Tua.
2000. My bad.
Tua.
Tua. I thought you guys would forget about him. You guys were off to a pretty quick
Who's
start
on the
here.
Who's on the 1-15 team? Was that Henny? Was on the 1-15 team?
Fitzpatrick?
I don't know.
No, that was
got
way before him.
Fitzpatrick already.
Because that was like 2008. They won one game.
One of these guys played with your team.
Oh, Jay Cutler.
No, Jay Cutler, yeah. But another guy played on your team.
Is Teddy Bridgewater on that list?
Yeah.
No. That was
On my
Oh, he
team.
hasn't started yet.
Oh, Brock Osweiler.
Yeah.
Look, there you go. Right down.
Osweiler. We're not talking about
How many we got left?
1, 2. You only got 1, 2, 3. You said Josh Rosen, so you only got 3
Yeah.
more. And these are around 2007, 2008. Former quarterback from the New York Jets. Former
Sanchez?
No, it wasn't Mark Sanchez. Former quarterback from the LA Rams.
Oh, number 10 there. Bulger?
No. Yeah, you're right on the right
What's
track,
his name
though.
start with?
Trent Green.
Trent Green.
There you go.
Played for Miami. New York Jets quarterback was?
I surrender.
What's the?
Well, I
what's the-
said Pennington before.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I said
Okay.
Pennington before.
Yeah,
I
we
know.
said- you said that one.
Well, you guys are firing 8 names at once. I can't keep track.
Because we had Chad Henne
Yeah, we had-
and Penny mixed
yeah,
up.
yeah.
You're only missing one guy here.
What is his last name start with?
I'll give you-
College?
No, he played at for the Detroit Lions also.
No,
not gonna help.
not
That's
the guy
not
who
gonna
ran
help
around out of bounds, is it?
No.
Oh, yeah, it's not him.
I believe he played for the Lions. I could be wrong.
I got
Matt Moore. Back
Oh,
up.
okay.
Yeah. He got his head taken off in that playoff
Yeah,
game.
yeah, that is true. That is
yeah.
true.
Ooh,
That is
speaking
very
of
true.
what's next?
Next is the Cincinnati Bengals since 2004
Oh, Jesus.
have
Oh my God.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 quarterbacks.
Okay, Andy
That's
Dalton.
it? Only 8?
Okay,
Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
Andy Dalton.
Akila Smith.
Nah,
Since what
Joe-
year?
Joe
Since
Burrow.
2004?
Joe Burrow.
Burrow, 04.
That's it? Only 8?
Oh,
yeah.
Carson Palmer.
Jeff-
Get that one off.
Carson
Is
Palmer.
Jeff Blake on there?
You're on the right. Jeff something, but it isn't Blake.
Brandon Allen. Is he on that list?
Yes.
There we
Brandon
go.
Allen.
Boom.
Wow.
There you go.
Backup
That's
quarterback
right
for the
before
Broncos.
Burrow, yeah.
Blake, the quarterback, the black kid.
No,
That
it
might have
not
been
before 2004.
You sure about that?
Unless he was a backup, maybe.
Yeah,
Never
he was with the
started
Saints
game.
for a while.
Could have been a
after
backup.
that.
And then I got all he listed me was starters.
That's half off right there.
Who's the Samoan guy?
My dad, Akili Smith. That was a long time, way before 2004.
So how many we got left?
We got 4 more.
You got 4. You need 4 more. One of these guys played University of Alabama before Matt Jones, Tua, and
McCown?
McCown? Not McCown.
both said-
AJ McCarron.
AJ
We
McCarron.
both said McCown. Yeah, McCarron. 3 more?
3 more. Good luck with 2 of these.
Give us the initials.
Although you almost got the one, Jeff something, but you gave
Jeff
the-
Driscoll?
Jeff Driscoll. You gave the
I
wrong
never
last
would
name.
Is it Jeff Driscoll?
I never would have got that
Jeff
one.
Driscoll. The last
There we go.
2. One of these guys played with about 9 different teams.
Fitzmagic?
Fitzmagic. Wow, you guys are ripping through this. The last guy, you ain't getting this guy though.
Just say it.
What? Tell me.
Ryan Finley.
Ah.
That was actually a couple of years ago. That was,
That was a good trivia.
Dreaded Ryan Finley. Oh.
There we go.
That's it for the trivia. And that's just about it for the rum charter. So,
Now let's go put our bets in.
one last thing about the NFL, though.
Yeah.
What was the thinking with the Tua when he got hit and it looked like he couldn't
Yeah,
even
that was
walk,
ridiculous.
and then
It was his back,
Yeah,
man.
I think
That was
they
ridiculous.
got away with letting him stay in the game for a
Without
concussion.
question, they do. Either have the rules
That's
or don't.
ridiculous.
Circumvented it.
Fucking guy almost passed the fuck out.
Literally.
On the way to the.
All right.
Oh, that's it for this
That's
week.
it.
That's a wrap, Jax.
BADCATZ Sports. Peace.